Yeah, bash. I'm a little bit like all over the place today. I do apologise. For those watching this as a video, that is who I'm apologising to, because I am a little bit all over the place at the moment. So I do apologise. I thought it was 3 p.m, but it turns out it's 3 p.m in France that we're getting the roadmap, and it's actually 2 p.m UK time. So live, reacting and breaking down the new roadmap update. Go ahead and tweet that out. Yes, so I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm fully expecting this to be more of a video style watched piece of content today than being anything else. Just because I think that there'll be a lot of people that will be watching other live streams today, of people that are actually regular live streams, not like me, who comes on here once a blue moon and says hello. But I think that this will be more of a video type thing. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited. For some reason my thing's bugging out. There we go. Cameron, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. I also, after it all, we can definitely have a look at lineups and stuff like that this week. I was preliminarily building my lineups, and then stop myself, because this is definitely going to be a week where I want to either make a video or stream building lineups, because it's going to be a very interesting week, and some of my picks are definitely going to be questionable slash you can definitely make some content out of it. So yeah, but I'm just excited, man. We've basically got 7 minutes until the big update is live, the big cheese. I'm really excited for it. I'm a little bit nervous, actually. I'm a little bit nervous because it's the big one, man. It is the big one. It's the big update, the one that changes everything but changes nothing at the same time. So I'm excited, I'm nervous, and hopefully it all goes well. Fingers crossed. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I hope they keep thresholds, but last night Net was making really good points on why it causes the market to fail. I think we've gone around the houses when it comes to thresholds. I think that we've had we've looked at everything. I just realised, by the way, that Twitter suppresses it. Let me delete the other tweet. Hang on. Live on my Sorare channel. The new road map update, and there we go. Is that the right link? I think it is. There we go. Perfect. Yo, Dominic, how you doing, brother? What's up, man? Yeah, Nep was making some good points. I think we've gone all around the houses when it comes to thresholds. Should they be here? Should they not be here? And whatnot. I think we've gone through everything. It's got to the point where it's such an overspoken about topic now that you can say anything about it. It's probably already been said. Nep was making good points, but Nep also, it's the first time Nep's looked at anything Sorare related in months. So I think Nep just basically realised yesterday what was going on. That's harsh. It's not the first time we looked at anything Sorare related. It's just like Nep's been so focused on FIFA. I think now he's like looking at Sorare. He's like, oh, damn. Oh, this is happening. Oh, shit. That's kind of what he's doing. I just realised, will I not get a notification in game? Will that be the best way to look? Oh, I received an offer. Let's go. Sven Ulrich for Lucas Hradecki Limited. No. No, thank you. I don't know how much Lucas Hradecki Limited goes for. He goes for about £20. And my Sven Ulrich is going for about £30. So, yeah, no thank you. Neuer's picked up an injury. Oh, yeah? Is that right? How bad of an injury has Neuer picked up? Bad enough to make his floor £80? That'll do it. Flair's selling his off as well. Go on, Flair. You just blocked him? Fair enough. I'm quite harsh and I block people really quite quickly, but I need to stop. I need to relax a little bit. Sam, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Neuer's injured. How bad's Neuer's injury? That is the question. He didn't train. Hang on, put in that there because my freaking. Is that better now? I don't know what's going on. It kept like flicking it over to the other monitor, which is really weird. Sorry. Hang on. As of Wednesday, Manuel Neuer was not in team training. It will be decided from day to day whether he can be there for Saturday or not. Neuer will decide for himself whether it makes sense for him to train now or not, depending on how he feels with his body. Interesting. Well, luckily I still have Ulrich, so we're good. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of DMP goalkeepers, got kind of unlucky last night with my rewards. I got shafted, by the way, like really shafted with this Iñaki Peña. So they rewarded him probably when he was valued around here at like 150 to 170. However, obviously, because ter Stegen is back this weekend, he's now down at 100 quid. And it sucks because if I finished one place lower, I would have got such an amazing reward. You'll see what I would have got, and you realise why I'm good. I didn't finish one place lower. I finished 20. Where did I finish? Wait, what's this? Oh, this is Challenger. Sorry, this is Challenger. My bad. My bad. I finished 24th, right? If I finished 25th, I would have got Garnacho. I would have got Garnacho. So yeah, it's sad, but it is what it is. So it's unfortunate. Sometimes this happens. It sucks when you finish somewhere and you wish you finished lower. Like, why couldn't I have had another misplaced pass and finish below the other guy? You know. But it is what it is. All right, boys, we've got 2 minutes. Is anyone else nervous? Is anyone else kind of scared and kind of nervous? I'm kind of nervous, man. Need an arena win today for my 7-win streak. Let's go. I picked up Hugo Lloris. Going to be an easy threshold in game week 353. Game week 353. Who does LAFC play in game week 353? Is it like Inter Miami or something? Oh, Seattle Sounders. Yeah, not a chance, mate. No chance you get a clean sheet there, mate. He's holding 8. João Paulo's going to score all 8 of them from outside the box. I got my first ever limited card from getting top 200 in the PL. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. That's sick, man. All right, boys. It's so close. He's got an L15 of 0, though. Yeah, he's gonna fit that L15 of 0, mate, because João Paulo's going to absolutely dominate him. Is Joshi Kimi going to play this weekend? As it stands, Joshua Kimmich wants to join City this summer. Interesting. Can you imagine him and Rodri together? Oof. Hello, how are we doing, boys? I'm nervous. I'm panicking. Why does it keep doing that? It keeps flicking my Twitter on the other screen. That's so weird. All right. How long we got? We've got about 20 seconds, guys. I think no new comps, maybe PSG license and changes to 240, no card rewards. That's your prediction? Okay. Interesting. I spoke to someone at Sorare yesterday, and they said, by the way, that they weren't giving out info to other content creators early. So there was certain content creators the other day that were saying that like they had a call or something. Apparently, it just didn't happen. It's really weird to lie about. All right, here we go, lads. Here we go. It's 2 p.m. I don't know where's the quickest place to find it, because Twitter obviously going to take a little bit of time to refresh. Will it be on the actual Sorare? Will it be on here? Where would be the quickest place to find it? Someone always has the blog thing before anyone else. On Medium? Someone link it on Medium, because I don't know. I don't have a Medium account. Will it be on the Discord? It'll be somewhere. I usually just wait for the tweet. Oh my god, panicking! Guys, sell everything. Sell. Everyone sell up. We gotta leave now. We gotta go. Sell the gallery. If anyone finds it on Medium, just whack a link in the chat if you can, please. Because I don't have a Medium account, so I don't really know. You linked it? Oh, shit, it's not popping up in the chat then. That's weird. I don't know how to use Medium. Can you tweet it to me? I don't know why it's not popping up in the chat, the link. Guys, I'm nervous. Sorry, we're just waiting for the Medium link to drop, basically. There's nothing there yet. Oh, okay. All right. So Sorare are late. They're late, guys. Sell everything. Sell! Sell! Your prediction is removal of Rare Plus and multiple lineup except capped. Higher cash rewards and lower threshold. That's what you predict. Interesting. Why would they remove Rare Plus, though? Rare Plus is like one of the best game modes on the entire platform. Yeah, I only ever see people say they want to remove Rare Plus if they're scared of Rare Plus. Like, don't be scared of Rare Plus, right? You too can have 2 super rares and 3 rares, you know? Don't be scared. Guys, where is it? I'm going to sell the gallery. Right, Pavel! Hang on. Yeah, Pavel, it's late. Buy my cards. Is it out yet? Being late is so, like, so rare. So rare, where is it? Roadmap, it's late. It's late. Please lower the threshold of distributors at the comps. Just traded my 1.6 ETH gallery to Bazalbot for 0.1 ETH. Let's go, dude. What a fucking deal that is. Hey, that is a stonking deal right there. I gotta say that, like, I don't know if it's just Bazalbot, but the bots are getting greedier recently, man. That's a Chinese reward level deal. Basil said he stopped trading. Yeah, he halted it for a moment. Oh, I got scared then. It's just Garnacho, mate. I thought Garnacho was a face of Sorare. General chat on Discord is going nuts. Hang on. Where is the general chat? I might have let... Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, people are saying sell up. Guys, I'm panicking. Where is it? Guys. Guys. Sell. Sell the gallery. Sell the gallery. I tried getting Luis Mudio super rare the other day off Pavel, but he was being an absolute twat about the deal. Now he's gone to Orlando. I regret not paying the extra $50 or whatever it was. I'll be honest with you. I'll try and make you feel a bit better here. I don't think he'll tear up the MLS at all. I actually don't think Muriel will tear up the MLS. I think that there is this natural, like, feeling that any Champ Europe player that goes to the MLS is going to absolutely smash, and I don't actually think that's always the case. I don't think that Muriel is going to completely tear up the MLS. I think he's just a player that's kind of... he might do all right, but, like, the players that tear up the MLS typically are the ones, in my opinion, that are, like, still performing at a super high level. I don't think he is anymore. I think he had a couple of good games. That's about it. I don't think Hugo Kuipers will do. It's really hard to tell because he's in a shit team. Chicago suck, dude. This is the thing. He's a decent player, but he was a decent player in a decent team in the Jupiler Pro League. Now he's moving, I would say, laterally. I think the MLS and the Jupiler Pro League are probably quite similar overall. I think that, you know, your Brugge and those teams are way better than the best teams in MLS. But I feel like, you know, your Kortrikes and people like that, I think, are pretty similar to your Orlando Cities and teams. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't think it's massively... I don't think that the scale is hugely tipped when it comes to, like, the lower tier MLS versus lower tier Jupiler Pro League teams, right? And I think that he's in a bad team. Sorry, Shaqiri might be able to get a few chances to him, but, like, he ain't going to get the service like he got again. Look at Muriel's graph, filtered to games he started. He's an absolute smasher. I think he'll light it up. Game of opinions, of course. Here's the thing, though, right? This is why I always get a bit intrigued with players like this, right? So if we filter it to just starts, if he's this good, why doesn't he start every game? Do you know what I mean? If he's this good, is it like surely he should start every single game? But the fact that he's starting 1 or 2 games and then having huge periods, and you're looking as well, and he's usually starting against not great teams, or he's starting in like the Conference League against like a dog shit opponent. I'm just looking now. He literally only gets starts against the bad teams. Against Empoli, against Cremonese, against Spezia, against Hellas Verona, against Sturm Graz in the Conference League or the Europa League. I can't remember. It might be Europa League. Against Rako. That's a Wi-Fi password. I'm pretty sure that's the password I use to log into my BT. Against Salernitana. You see what I mean? Just my opinion, though. We'll see. And, of course, if he does smash, I would love to win him as a reward. I can see him taking a bit easy. Orlando could win the East. They could win the East. now that they've kept Duncan Maguire as well, which is interesting, they could win the East. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, so I used to have this guy. I used to have Martino Hayder. I used to have his Super Hour. Won his Super Hour, my first ever Super Hour reward. Right. So I remember watching a bit of Orlando when I won this guy, and like they have some decent players. They've got a decent, I think, fullback. They've got a decent centre back. I like their young midfielder. I'm gonna have to click on there to find out his name. It's is it Cartagena or is it this guy Cesar Arujo? Like this guy, I won this guy's a limited one time. He's a pretty cool player. You know what I mean? Like, and I went to see them live as well. I saw them live. So it'd be pretty cool if he smashes. Like, I'm not against him smashing. I personally don't know if he will or not, but he might. When is it? I don't know. Refreshing Twitter is a dangerous game. Good news is it's just you panicking. Yeah, true. Yep. I don't follow anyone that would like post a massive cock on my Twitter timeline, so I think we're good. The MLS are just grouped together much more in quality because of the hard salary cap. It's so hard to compare them to other leagues. When I compare MLS to other leagues, I'm comparing the journeyman versus the journeyman. You know what I mean? And like I'm comparing the like level of player per team to other level of player per team. You know what I mean? Like the Jupiler Pro League, for example, the bottom half of the Jupiler Pro League the quality is terrible. Same with like the Turkish league. Same with like the Eredivisie. Same with like a lot of these leagues, the bottom half, the quality of the bottom half is terrible. It's really bad. Like a UPenn, for example, are so horrific. You put UPenn in a lot of different leagues and they are getting absolutely arsewiped. You know. Same with the MLS though. By the way, I'm not just to clarify. It's absolutely same with the MLS. You put Inter Miami from last year before they signed Messi. You put Inter Miami into any league and they're getting arsewiped, mate. Like you put them into Jupiler Pro League, they're getting relegated. This can't be good. Taking offers on my gallery. What it'll be is there'll be some last minute copywriting going on or something like that. That's what it'll be it. For being a rich league, the MLS roster quality stinks. Clubs want to spend. Really need to update the roster rules so clubs can go out and build proper teams. I agree. I also think it's not terrible. Like I like that they have things in place to try and keep it a level playing field somewhat. But also, I do agree with you. Like they should relax rules a little bit. It should have been this year to build out for the next 2 years for the World Cup in 2026. But you know, I don't know why they didn't. That being said, I think the MLS is genuinely like my third favorite league for entertainment. It goes for me Premier League, Bundesliga, MLS in terms of entertainment value I get from each league. Bottom half of Challenger shits all over Toronto and Minnesota. I don't think you realise quite how bad the bottom half of Challenger actually is. Because the top half of Challenger isn't great either. And the fact that the top half of Challenger shits on the bottom half of Challenger, you know what I mean? You go, yours is Premier League or Bundesliga, fair. They'll release it and the servers will crash. This ain't EA, mate. Second division teams are better than bottom half Challenger teams. The problem with the MLS is that the draft system doesn't work in the same way that it does in other leagues. The best draft players are nowhere near the best in the league. Yeah, that's fair. We'll decide an MLS team once new cards are out. Best stack. I quite like Seattle Sounders this year, I'll be honest with you. I quite like Seattle. This is brutal from Sorare. Honestly, the funny thing is, guys, is that on my other monitor I've been selling off my gallery piece by piece, and you lot are fucked, because when this all goes to zero, I'm going to get out with my 20 ETH, and I'm going to be sat there laughing on my pile of 20 ETH, and you're all just going to be like, what the fuck, man? Why didn't you warn us? Unlucky. Unlucky, guys. Pavel has just taken all my gallery, mate. This is kind of absurd to be 10 plus minutes late. It's not. Like, you don't know what's going on. You have no idea. I don't think we should be making comments like that. What jersey am I wearing? It's Belgium from like 2 years ago, I think. I wouldn't be making comments like it's absurd and stuff like that, because it's not. Like, we don't know what's actually happened. There could be something. There could be a very valid reason as to why the update is 10 minutes late. And it'd be far, far better for them to delay it 10, 15, 20 minutes than for them to release something that isn't ready now, you know? They genuinely may have meant 3 GMT. Yeah, they could have. I thought it was 3 the whole time. Until someone told me today. Shall I message Dan really quick? I'll message Momo. No, I don't know. Momo's online. Dan's not. Do I message Dan or Momo? I'll message Dan because I think Dan's more likely to reply. I don't know what. How do you message someone and ask them if something's late without like sounding like an absolute wank stain? How do you ask if something's late without sounding like a knob? Would be, in my opinion, be professional to put out a quick tweet that says they delayed it when they know the entire community is breaking their refresh button, or they know we're generating even more hype right now. Hey, bruv, the fuck is the roadmap? Should I say, yeah. Everyone assumed it was 2 PM, so I don't think it's just you. Well, I mean, it wasn't. I thought it was 3 PM GMT that it was releasing because I read this that said 3 PM, but it says CET, which is an hour ahead. So, I don't know. Still better than EA? Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried. It'll be out in within the hour. I'm not worried. I think it'll genuinely drop any minute. I think it'll genuinely just randomly drop. I think it's they're probably fine tuning something. I know when I spoke to Dan yesterday, they said that they were fine tuning small aspects of it, and that's probably what they're still doing. All right, I'll send that frenzy, but I there we go. This is what I said. I said, hey Dan, just on stream, and a bunch of people are asking whether the update is at 3 PM GMT or sometime between now and then. Appreciate that you're super busy right now, so no worries if you don't see this till later, because he might genuinely be insanely busy right now, and if he doesn't see it until later, I don't want him to be like, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. You know what I mean? I'm also going to take my Discord off that mode. Between now and then, should we build my lineups, guys? I don't know what I'm going to do with my lineups this week, because I'm a little bit like, I don't know. I hate going on here and seeing loads of like dark green pick scores for goalies, because I'm like, yeah, great, I'm going to fuck it up. There's your update, Pablo Barrios. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's Opta's fault. Exactly. I agree. Opta's fault. Absolutely, Josh. 100%. And I'd rather they took their time to make sure that it is as scrutinized proof as possible, if that makes sense. We have waited a while, so what is another 30 mins or so? That's what I'm saying. No point building lines when they're changing at all. I think no matter what the update says, I don't think that any change will be like instant, if that, you know what I mean? So if they were to say, oh, this game mode is becoming this game mode now, I don't think that'll be from what game week 449. They'll probably be like, from game week 452, this is happening to this and this is happening to that, you know? It's out. Ah! Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Panic. Shit. Pavel! 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 All right, guys, are you ready? Let's do it. Can you guys see it all good? I'll zoom in a little bit. Sorare Pro 2024, your journey rewarded. We're going to read it 3 times through. We are thrilled to announce our most ambitious Sorare Pro gameplay update yet. This August, we're launching a clear path for progression through a division structure that is more rewarding in a big way. Why is Sorare Pro gameplay entering a new era? With unprecedented growth in 2021, our gameplay was not quite ready to scale with our community. While protecting our core notion of card scarcity and utility, we introduced more competitions so that managers could experience the joy of playing with Sorare Pro cards and winning rewards. This approach worked initially, but it was not scalable, and we have a competition structure where paths for progression are unclear and rewards are not exciting enough. Our Sorare Pro enters a new era by launching a gameplay where these are answered. The needs are answered, boys! Here are Sorare Pro 2024 gameplay principles. More exciting rewards. Your success deserves to be celebrated. Master the game, dominate the leaderboard, and you will be rewarded with top-end cash prizes and or star player cards. Intuitive competition hierarchy. Offer a simplified competition structure that helps onboard new managers and more accurately reflects real-world football. Star players and top performers are more valued. Crystal clear progression. Create gameplay where managers know their next move, where they can climb tiers and now divisions, more on that below, and they'll be rewarded as they progress. Read on to learn more about how we are going to deliver on the above. Sorare Pro gameplay in 2024. Your journey rewarded. So, this looks very interesting. Classic season competitions. This is obviously the graphic, and we're going to read about this in a second, but that looks very interesting. So, more exciting competitions and rewards. Following a series of successful competition iterations, including the Premier League Winter Comp, we will move to an in-season and classic season structure in August, heading into the 2024-25 football season. In-season cards are player cards from the ongoing season, and classic season cards are player cards from previous seasons. Interesting. Our new competition structure will have in-season competitions and classic season competitions. Unlike our current comp structure, the in-season and classic season format allows us to be more flexible and ambitious to increase our reward payouts in a healthy way. Increase reward payouts, boys! That's what we like to hear. Let's look at how we are making Sorare more rewarding with a special focus on bringing the thrill of winning star player cards and top prize pools to Sorare gameplay. First things first, and I like the look of that, more cash rewards. Thanks to the above, we're increasing our cash prizes throughout April, May, June and July compared to the same period last year, with potential future increases from August onwards. This will come by means of our simplified competition reward pools as well as large-scale, limited duration special weekly competitions. Stay sharp and don't sleep on these competitions. How the two formats work. In-season competitions require managers to use cards from the ongoing season in these competitions. Managers can win cash prizes, so like the Prem Comp. In classic season competitions, managers can use cards from any season. In these competitions, managers can win in-season cards. For Sorare and our community, in-season and classic season competitions introduce a healthy and sustainable utility cycle that is simple and easy to understand. Play with classic season cards to win in-season cards, plus cash for podium finishes, and then play with primarily in-season cards to win cash. So, what it sounds like is your old cards are going to be used to win new cards, and then new cards are going to be used to win cash. Interesting. Classic season competitions will also reward cash prizes for the podium finishes and help you transition faster into in-season. So they're likely taking away... Are they likely taking away cash prizes for classic season bar podiums then? So All-Star and Champ? Interesting. Scouting DNA. Maintaining previous season card utility is a unique and essential part of Sorare gameplay DNA. With this in mind, we are also allowing the following classic season cards within in-season competitions. So in limited and rare, you can have 1 classic season. In super rare and unique, you can have 2 classic season cards. With these eligibility rules, managers are still rewarded for scouting the next star. Your favorite classic season cards have a slot in both season formats. This 2-format approach, in-season and classic, allows us to maintain long-term card utility for our managers while giving us more flexibility to maintain and eventually increase weekly payouts alongside our growth. The simplified competition hierarchy right at the top is just empty. There's a subheading and nothing below it. Is that supposed to be like that? I'll refresh it just in case. Okay, yeah, I had to refresh it, so there you go. Now let's move to our next principle, simplify. With the new in-season and classic season model, we're excited to present our new competition structure starting in August of 2024. The below structure simplifies the manager journey and introduces a format that all football fans can relate to. The managers can begin and compete in the leagues they know best. It's a cleaner structure that also gives more space to special events, challenges, and competitions that closely follow the football calendar. Moving from regional-based competitions to tier-based competitions is a more logical game balance system. It allows us to better match leagues that are at a similar level of competition. Moving from regional-based competitions to tier-based competitions is a more logical game balance system. It allows us to better match leagues that are at a similar level of competition. This format still rewards a scouting DNA that is a key part of Sorare and our community. The player cards can be scouted in contender competitions and move up the competition ladder as the player's career progresses. Managers can now celebrate when one of their player cards gets a big summer transfer and moves up to a higher competition tier. In the past, this type of progress in a player's career was not always celebrated. Staying loyal to our community's DNA, a special mention to the under-23 competition that continues for a 5th season on Sorare. We heard from our community. Scouting is fun, and the U23 competition rewards managers for tracking the next big talents. How do we determine... Oh, okay, that's just irrelevant. All right. How do we determine our competition tiers? The allocation of leagues within each competition is updated once a year and communicated 2 months before the start of the European season in August. Please note, clubs and leagues tiers are not expected to change significantly year to year. To determine where each covered league is allocated, we use a combination of Opta rankings for top performing clubs in each league, activity on Sorare, and our partnership with clubs and leagues. Oh. Here is where each league lands. Ah. Interesting. So, Champion Europe is Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, the French League. Challenger Europe is now Eredivisie, MLS, Brazil, Denmark, Portugal. I don't know the pictures for these, but I'm guessing it's like Jupiler Pro League might be one of them. I don't know the pictures, unfortunately. And then Contenders is like the rest. So there's only 3 different comps. At least 10 licensed teams within a competition must participate for the competition to be officially opened. In August, U23 opens when any other competition opens. From August onwards, mid-game weeks and league breaks will be complemented with exciting special weekly formats. How are the rewards shared across competition tiers? We will share a more detailed breakdown of our prize pools and competitions by the end of February. Here is an example of how card rewards will increase for Challenger and Contender Classic competitions. Huh. Interesting. Divisions, promotion and relegation. We have simplified and we've revamped our reward structure. Now let's look at how managers have a clearer path for progression. We're excited to announce the introduction of Sorare divisions. Within each competition, managers will battle it out on the leaderboards. The division structure will bring the joys and heartbreak of promotion and relegation for all Sorare managers. Gaining promotion to each division unlocks access to better rewards and, of course, club prestige. With divisions, Sorare is your journey rewarded. So, that's very interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. How does it work? Every game week, managers are up for promotion or relegation for each team they have created. Managers who place towards the top and bottom of the leaderboard experience the highs and lows of the football division structure. As your team rises through divisions, the competition heats up. Here is an example of the promotion and relegation breakdown for limited competitions. Division 1 is the bottom 50% relegated. Division 2, top 25% are promoted and bottom 30% are relegated. And Division 3, top 25% are promoted and bottom 25% are relegated. With a division structure, you compete against managers of a similar level and there is something to play for every game week. The division structure in place will lead to fair separation in team quality across divisions. Each division presents new and hot competition on the leaderboard. Each division unlocks access to bigger rewards. Prize pools across the division structure are crafted to reward managers as they progress up the divisions. You will want to shoot for the stars. Managers will begin at the bottom of the division and compete against each other, managers and teams of a similar level. With this division structure, cap modes will no longer be permanent, but will feature in our special weekly competitions. Oh no, threshold is gone. How are the rewards shared across competition tiers? Well, there's new scarcity rules. To ease progression across scarcities, we are also, I'm saying that wrong, but we are also introducing new card scarcity eligibility rules across competitions. All card scarcities, in brackets pro cards, are eligible for competitions below their scarcity. For example, Premier League Super Rare card is eligible for Super Rare, Rare and limited competitions where that player meets competition eligibility. Scarcity bonuses won't apply when a card is used in a scarcity competition below its scarcity. While a manager is building towards a new scarcity, by either winning or collecting new cards, they can use their small number of higher scarcity cards in lower scarcity competitions to continue their progress. Multi-entry. Having reviewed the multi-entry concept for the Winter Premier League competition, we're confident it's a positive introduction to Sorare competitions. With the option to submit up to 3 teams into the same competition, managers can go deeper into the leagues and clubs they are passionate about. It's a new opportunity to strategize and live the experience of climbing divisions more than once with different strategies. With a much cleaner competition structure, multi-entry allows us to maintain card utility with fewer competitions. Interesting. Once live, managers can enter up to 3 teams every game week for each competition within each scarcity. For example, in any given game week, you can have 2 Bundesliga teams, limited Division 4, another in limited Division 1. They all progress and compete for awards independently. Interesting, okay. With over 300 licensed clubs, the football calendar is busy. There are countless competitions and rewards for us to surprise and delight our community with. With our new competition structure, mid-game weeks, Tuesday to Friday, will also be complemented with special weekly formats, including cap modes, new eligibility rules, and fun events to build around the football calendar. Just like our winter special competition, these special weeklies will sometimes offer big cash prizes. Keep your eyes peeled for a very special MLS Weekly in April. Woo! Wow, that's a lot. How are we getting there? Well, I don't know what I've even just read, but, you know, we move. In our commitment to give managers needed time to evolve their strategies to this new structure, we will fully transition to the new gameplay in August 2024 when the new European season starts. We've put a huge amount of care into our transition period to honour our existing community and give them the needed time to adapt their strategies. Through iterations and testing, our transition period ensures a successful launch at the European season. Please read our roadmap update on our transition to August for upcoming changes to our gameplay on March 29th, an update on K-League coverage and more. So let's recap what Sorare Pro 2024 delivers. More exciting rewards thanks to a new in-season and classic season format. We're increasing cash rewards. Clear competition structure, simplified competition structure with divisions that more accurately reflect real-world football. Star players will be stars. Crystal clear progression. Gameplay where managers know their next move, where they can climb divisions and be rewarded. This is a big update. Can you tell me more? If you'd like to learn more behind the scenes, behind the reasons for our decisions, tune into our pitch side chat between Nicholas, Guy, and Dan going live on YouTube later today. On top of this, to help our community impact everything, the Sorare team will be very active in our community channels across the coming days. We'll keep a live FAQ to answer the most important questions and follow up with additional details. Nicholas, Guy, and our community, Dan and Momo, will also take part in podcasts. Ooh, I wonder whose podcasts they're going on, chat. And forums over the coming weeks to answer your biggest questions. A huge thank you to continued support. So they'll be on, I wonder whose podcast they'll be on, guys. I wonder whose podcast they're going to go on. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know anything about them going on any podcasts or anything, guys. I had no idea. I had no clue. Guys, no idea. I skipped over the mini roadmap. Where is it? This one. Is it this? This? Or this? This? Okay. So this is the mini roadmap. Read the threshold. Hang on. Wait, what? New Cap T40 competition goes live. Select your threshold target for your team. Beat the game and you win. Feb 16th. So just over a week. So from April to August, we're offering more cash rewards than before. As a reminder of what Sorare Pro gameplay delivers in August. Okay. Set gameplay update windows. Yeah, we know about that already. Holy shit. Monthly prize pool. Hang on. The Premier League Classic competition will open alongside the rest of the transition phase. In addition to the in-season Premier League competition, we will launch in-season competitions and classic competitions for the newly tiered competition format, starting from March 29th. So Champion will have $340,000 a month. The article you're on is now gone. Is this supposed to be here? I feel like this is not. I feel like I'm not supposed to be on this. So let's go to the top and let's read this whole thing then, because we're not supposed to be here. So how are we getting Sorare Pro 2024? From April to August, we're offering more cash rewards, taking inspiration from the Premier League. In the transition period, we'll include competitions open exclusive to our existing community. They just added a 240 section. What? In here? Whoa. I'll tweet you. Okay. More exciting rewards. Your success deserves to be celebrated. Master the game, dominate the leaderboard, and you'll be rewarded with the top end prizes. So we know this. This is all what they've already spoke about, but this is what we don't know. For this transition period, we have put great care into ensuring that this period honors our existing community and gives you the needed time you need to adapt your strategies. So, in-season competition rewards are now available. We're delighted to immediately commit to running the in-season Premier League competition format for the remainder of the 23-24 season. The next in-season Premier League competition is now in the game lobby with the updated eligibility requirements. Okay, so the Prem comp is back, right? Premier League Classic competition will open alongside the rest of the transition phase on March 29th. In addition, the in-season Premier League competition will launch in-season competitions and classic competitions for the newly tiered competition format, Champion, Challenger, and Contender, starting March 29th, right? Check replies to your recent tweet. Whoa. What? Threshold targets. Is this real? Score 400 points, get $320. Score 460 points, get $1,000. Fuck off. Holy shit. That's kind of crazy. Champion in season in rare per game week is going to give out $28,000. Total for top prize is 5k. No, it's not, Jonathan. You didn't read it properly. It's not like it is and it's not. That's the lowest. The lowest you score, you get $60, right? If you get 400 points, you get $320, and then if you get 460 points, you get $1,000. No one's scoring 460. I literally scored 460 last week. I think. Let me just double check that before I sound like a moron. I didn't score 460 last week, but I would have got $320. Sorry, I do sound like a moron. I almost did if Griezmann, didn't miss a big chance and got an assist. But yeah, it's very possible. But like, it's also meant to be very hard because you get $1,000. Is Rare Plus gone? I don't know. We're going to carry on reading. So these are the rare. These are the classic champions. Oh, they're giving out elite boxes again. Okay, so in limited for. Limited Classic Champion in Division 1. Oh, okay, this makes sense. Okay. So in Division 1, if you're in D1, Star plus Cash is first to third, 4 to 11 is Star, yada, yada, yada. You can see how it goes, right? If you're in Division 1 in Rare, it's Star for first and second. Winning that amount shouldn't be easy, man. You're literally being rewarded for taking big scores. Exactly, I agree with you. But I feel we're getting off the... Oh, shit! Oh, that's huge. In Super Rare, you can win a Star Super Rare now. For those that don't know, you couldn't win a Star Super Rare from a Super Rare division before. You could only win Star Super Rares from the Unique division at this current moment in time. So the fact that you can get a star super rare in the super rare Division 1 is crazy. Oh, never mind. It's for illustration purposes only. That's annoying. Top 3 highest division and first place of each subsequent division. Okay. What is happening with 240? So this is the important thing. In-season competitions are sustainable, allowing us to maintain a healthy, transparent and consistent reward pool in cash value across a full football season. More generally, our new gameplay ensures that your path to the top is clear, and then most importantly, your journey to get there is rewarded. Cap 240 was not achieving all that. Managers were drawn to Cap 240 thresholds as a primary path for rewards and progression. Why? Because current competitions fail to properly celebrate and reward achievements each game week. As a result, more than 75% of total monetary rewards are funneled into Cap 240 thresholds. A key reason for strategy focus on Cap 240 comes from a lack of enjoyment and clear progress offered by other competitions we are now solving. Which is very good. That's very good. As a result, we are revamping our current threshold system so that a portion of the reward current threshold payouts are reallocated to our new competition structure. This will support our transition into the in-season and classic season formats, which will both reward cash prizes. The remaining portion will stay in Cap 240 during the transition period, and we are adapting thresholds to a new temporary format to ease your transition into the new format. Select your target game. Based with our new Beat the Game experience, managers can select their threshold target each game week. This gives managers more choice. If you are confident in your team selection, it presents an opportunity for bigger rewards. This Beat the Game competition will run from Feb 16th until August 2024, when the competition will end. This new format is open exclusively to our existing community who have submitted at least one lineup into Cap 240 before the new threshold target. So this is what we looked at a minute ago. So in Limited, you can pick 270, 340, or 390. Well, you can pick that in every competition, like, and it scales upwards relatively of the XP bonuses. But like, for example, this threshold team, although I didn't actually hit the 460. This one I would have probably put in 400, and I would have smashed it because I really believed in this lineup. Dross really has no purpose now, nor should it. Why should shit cards ever have a value? Like, no offense, but bar collection bonus, those shit cards shouldn't be valuable. This idea that terrible cards should have had a value was so anti-Sorare, it was ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't. The tier 4 and low tier 3, tier 4, and tier 5 market shouldn't have been the most sustainable market on Sorare. Should never have been. Those should have been worthless crap that you shouldn't even really be able to win. It should be just loot boxes, to be honest. But like, They shouldn't have been holding this crazy value because they had low L15s for cap mode. It should never have been the case. But yeah, so the new Cap 240, you're gonna pick one of these point thresholds, and if you get it, you're gonna win yourself more money if you get the higher one. So in Limited, you can win $2, $8, or $25. I think most will probably end up going for the middle one most of the time. In Rare, you can win $15, $80, or $250. In Super Rare, you can win $60, $320, or $1,000. And then in Unique, you can win $150, $800, and $2,500. Now, straight away, a lot of people are going to start crying and saying, well, they're rewarding lower thresholds for the lower. Yeah, it's lower than what it used to be, but the literal next tier is higher than what it used to be. So if you beforehand in Rare, if you got to 340, you would literally win the same $50 and nothing else. Now you can win an extra $30 on top of that. Like, that's nice. This temporary mode honours our existing community and offers a fun transition phase that gives managers the opportunity for larger threshold rewards and more time to adapt their existing galleries. Will we see another Beat the Game format in August 2024? Cap 240 allows us to reward managers and offer utility for lower tier player cards. As a result, we're committed to bringing those managers benefits with the following. Divisions which reward many. Managers love the reward box experience. In divisions, managers can win reward boxes by ranking in a set top percentage of a leaderboard, which I think is pretty cool. These reward boxes will contain a variety of prizes, including including the possibility of cards, in-game item designed to help improve a manager's gallery. This in turn helps managers increase their chances of success in climbing divisions. The challenge system, on certain weeks, players can win reward boxes and special edition rewards by completing specific challenges involving higher and lower tier cards with a select time frame. Surprise and delight. Our special weekly competitions will delight managers because sometimes we will reward collectors of contender leagues, other times we will run a competition for the top European match days. The goal is to reward our managers with the events for collection types. That's cool, I like that. An example of what to expect are MLS and Asia special weekly features up to 100k. To further support our new reward structure, here is a breakdown of key changes to existing competitions from March to August. March 29th competition updates. Rare Plus. This competition was originally introduced to help managers progress between... sorry, I'm going too quickly. This competition was originally introduced to help managers progress between scarcities. It now does not have the desired effect, with many managers focusing on and stopping at Rare Plus. Our new competition structure allows... Our new competition structure and scarcity rules will offer a more balanced and clearer path for progression across scarcities. The card rewards usually offered in Rare Plus will be reallocated to other competitions. I'm kind of sad about that because Rare Plus is my favourite game mode, but it is what it is. Like, it's gone. I get that. I accept that. It is, like I said, it's kind of sad, but what can you do? Global Kickoff. For the same reasons as Rare Plus, this competition will no longer appear as a permanent competition starting March 29th. Its card rewards will be reallocated to the top divisions of each scarcity. For example, rare cards won in Global Rare Kickoff will be reallocated to Division 1 limited competitions. Amateur Kickoff and Specialist League competitions. The welcome reception of rivals means we have better formats to help onboard managers to Sorare and will remove the amateur competitions. Ooh. More engaging formats of these competitions will exist in league-specific competitions. Rewards for these competitions will be added to the league-specific prize pools. We will share an update on common cards ahead of March 29th. Legends. These competitions will return as special weekly formats. The rewards available in Legend comps will be reallocated to other competitions. Global All-Star competitions. This will continue until August as a classic season competition. After this, it will feature in thematic special weekly competitions. Card rewards and cash prizes from this competition will be reallocated towards the new competition tiers in August, as well as special weeklies. Global cap competitions. In August, cap competitions will move to thematic special weekly events. Damn. This includes Cap T20, Cap T40, and Cap T70. Previously rewarded cards will be reallocated towards permanent competitions and special weeklies. How am I meant to progress up to Super Rare if I can't win Super Rares in rare divisions? Oh. With our current cap mode competition, star player rewards are not exciting because of our current gameplay structure. They are often ineligible for many cap mode competitions, meaning the top performances reduce their utility. Top performances should be celebrated. Furthermore, managers should be thrilled at the prospect of winning a star player card and or a top prize pool by finishing higher in the ranks or getting lucky with a reward box. Our new gameplay structure achieves this for our community. Please note that Tier 3s to Tier 5s will continue to provide valuable moments in your Sorare journey, as we're extending the number of rewards in competition through reward boxes. Imagine a new player reading this. A new player is not reading this. Let's be honest with ourselves. You go if you downloaded Football Manager yesterday, right, and they released a huge update that's coming in August, would you even know to see where it is? You know what I mean? Like, and if new players are reading this, like that, if as long as they can read comprehensive English, they're going to understand it like us. Like we're all understanding this at the same pace. I feel like, you know. Special weeklies will take a new life form where we will sometimes feature cap mode competitions with exciting cash and card rewards. I think people are going to be sad straight away, but the special weeklies sound like they'll be really, really fun. Where will the rewards from the competitions go? The rewards that were available in these competitions are not disappearing. We are reallocating these rewards to support our new in-season, classic season format and special weeklies. Our coverage plans for the next 6 months. A big part of our announcement is to offer managers the time to build and plan ahead. With that in mind, we are excited to share updates on our competition coverage for the next 6 months. In addition to our usual coverage, we can also confirm coverage for the main men's football competitions over the next 6 months, including Summer Games in Paris, the European Tournament in Germany, and the International Americas Tournament in the USA. There you go. So they're confirming that we're going to get the Summer Games in Paris, the Euros, and the International Americas tournament in the USA. So three, they're confirmed. All 3 of those are confirmed for coverage. K-League, we're delighted to announce that we've found a solution to the issues facing K-League coverage. In our commitment to maintain coverage standards across all leagues where we have partnerships, we have partnered with a new data provider for the upcoming K-League season. Over the last few weeks, we have run a number of tests to ensure that the new data flow is comparable with our old scoring system, and we are confident that this is the ideal solution for our K-League lovers. Look at that, man. Hell yeah, dude. K-League is back. K-League is back. Hello? Hello?
Hello. What do you think?
Have you read it all yet?
Yeah.
How have you read it quicker than I have? You can't even read.
Because I was just skim reading.
I don't know yet. I'm streaming as well, so I'm on. Have you seen the secret one yet?
The secret one, the FAQ.
With all the yeah. Apparently it's been deleted. Apparently it's been deleted. So.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what someone said.
Yeah, I don't know if I like it. I'll be honest.
I'll
be honest.
I haven't even digested it yet. I've just been reading it out loud.
What have you read up to?
I'm up to, with this new cover, I'm up to K-League. That they announced K-League's back, basically. Guys, this is Flair, by the way. If you guys ever bought a secondary goalkeeper.
It's my goalkeeper.
Along the way, a huge club will make its return to Sorare in the coming days. So that's PSG. I mean, I'll bet my cock and balls on that being PSG. I think PSG will be returning in the next coming days. We've made small tweaks to the UK alternative entry method. I have no idea what that even is.
I haven't read this, actually.
Yeah, you haven't read that. Exactly. This is the secret one. We're launching a Jersey Lovers special weekly in the coming days with a minimum of 100 jerseys up for grabs. Yippee! This is a big update. Can you tell me more? If you'd like to learn more behind the reasons, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay.
I just don't think I cared.
What, you read? This is what the new threshold. You seen the new threshold?
What, new threshold as a March or between now and March? That's what I didn't understand.
So you're going to pick one of these scores that you.
No.
Yeah. So, but when you enter it, you're going to pick one of these scores, and if you hit it, you're going to win the money. If you don't, you're not.
Yeah. Oh, I wonder how many people are going to burn.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I'm pretty sure. The way I read it, beat the game experience. Managers select their threshold target each game week. Yeah. So if you don't hit it, then GG's.
When does that come in up as well?
This might be March. Yeah. Oh, the Feb 16th. Next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
Until August.
Until August, yeah. Threshold. And then threshold's gone. Right, so I'm just saying this right now, guys, right? 2 things I'm going to say right now. First of all, I said a month ago that they should, if they're going to remove threshold, tell us now that it's going in August. So there's a 1-0 to its Haber. And then the second one, I said that they should be a requirement for new season cards to win the big prizes. So that's 2-0 to its Haber, because I've got both of them right so far. And on that note, I'd like to announce that I'm officially going to work with Sorare.
No, apparently someone did know this stuff before.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit. I asked Sorare about it. They were just literally talking shit.
They were being as vague as half the FIFA leaguers.
Yeah, they were talking shit. They said that apparently someone said that they had a call with Sorare, so I just asked someone at Sorare and they're like, yeah, no.
So what one are you going to pick then?
I think it makes sense going for the middle one every time.
Chase, isn't it?
I think realistically the middle one makes the most sense every time. Like in super rare, you're getting an extra $120 for
That's crazy.
An extra 70 points.
Yeah.
But like 460 is the top one is very hard to hit unless you have a cheat mode player in there. I mean, this is last week. This was a good one, right, for me last week, and I hit 447.
The zero coming back from injuries or
they're gonna go up like crazy.
But then this is irrelevant, so I need them all to.
What did I hit? 389 in Cap 240 rare. I would have been 1 point away from the $250.
But you'd never select that because.
No, I wouldn't have. No, I would have 180. Yeah. I think going for the middle one. I mean, realistically, if you play limited, rare, and super rare, and you hit the middle one on all 3. You're walking away with nearly $410 a week.
That super rare seems insane to be honest. 320. What's it at the moment? 250.
200.
200 to 320.
Yeah.
And what's rare? 50 to 80. I mean,
yeah.
Good increases.
It is. It's 1 point like.
It's nice last send off to your cards before they're worthless.
It's like 1.7% or something, isn't it? Middle one is so much harder to hit. You don't have to hit it exactly. You just have to break it. You have to get over that score.
It just feels like it's not worth playing if you're going for the bottom one. Right.
So, So you just don't get anything if you pick wrong, but score higher. No, you don't have to. You don't have to score exactly. You just have to beat that. So it's beat the game. So you select your threshold target each week, and then you have to beat that score. You don't have to. You don't have to hit exactly 400 points. That would be fucking ridiculous. 70 points in Super Rare over the current score is an insane jump. Absolutely. You don't have to pick that. You can pick the lower one, which is 10 points less.
Why do they even put the top one? Is the idea that like
That's
you don't know what they're doing, or people are really ambitious maybe?
yeah. That's just rewarding ambition, really.
I guess that's like again your 0 L15 players.
Yeah. That's people that they're trying to reward ambition there. I mean, what they're trying to do here is they're trying to remove the idea that Cap 240 should just be 5 L15 shitters. They don't want tier 4s being the most sustainable prices on the entire platform because that's just game breaking. That should never be the case. So you're not going to submit a team of 5 L15s of like 40 to get to the Cap 240 and then throw it in and pick the higher one. Do you know what I mean? Say if I pick 460 and I hit 400, do I get nothing? Yes, you get nothing. 525 points seems like a lot, but remember it's uniques with a 40% base increase in their score.
I wonder if the percentage increase is the same across rarities. As in 50%, 50 point increase there, 50 point increase there, 60, but it starts off higher. Right.
That is pure gambling. What is? Trying to beat your score? It's absolutely not, though. Because you're picking your score. The option there for you to pick the lower one, which is below what it used to be, is there. Like, it would only be gambling if you didn't have the option to pick lower scores and reach the lower. You know what I mean? Like, you have a base one you can reach if you want to. It's like calling the hole on the last ball an 8-ball pool. I've absolutely no idea on that reference.
America.
I need compensation for all the times I've gotten 279 points. It is. I can also pick Bayern to win against Stuttgart. It's still chances.
Yeah, that's so rare in a
But
nutshell.
yeah. Welcome to fucking fantasy, mate. Like that's what it is. Like you're also picking 5 players in the hopes that they all smash really high scores in any competition. So is it just gambling then? Full stop. I mean, maybe. It definitely has that aspect.
With your gallery at the end of the season, then.
Sell it all.
Do you think you're gonna?
It's gone.
Save up a bit of money though.
Pavel's already made me an offer. We're already in the process of litigation right now.
So what do you think you're gonna want to play? Classic or new season?
Dunno.
I think the new season as well. Wasn't it only podium gets money?
So that's
Was
the
that only
no,
classic?
that's classic.
Yeah,
Yeah. So what it's going to be is classic is going to be to win the new season cards
That
to then
makes
play
sense.
into the cash
Yeah.
tournaments. Yeah. I like in season. I want cash. Absolutely. I think. Well, that's the thing. It's effectively they're giving value to new season cards, which is really important, right? Whilst also offering cash tournaments to people that want the cash tournaments, whilst not killing off the utility of all the old season cards. It's the best scenario they could possibly do because otherwise, like they have to drive people to the auction market to buy the new season cards, right? But they couldn't do that without offering a reason for people to want to buy the new season cards, but they also couldn't do that without nullifying all the other old season cards because then you just kill off everyone that's been on that platform before August 2024.
And then I guess it's like, because of how expensive the new season cards will be, then people have to appreciate the higher incentive to play the classic modes rather than them looking a bit naff.
Yeah.
Obviously, especially at the beginning of the season where the new season cards are so expensive. Maybe by the end of the time when they drop off and get closer to the classic season cards, they won't be as good value for money. But I imagine at the beginning of the season,
Yeah.
it would be nice. Again, at the end of the season, it will almost seem a bit shit because the new season cards will be as much as the classic cards because they're about to become classic cards.
Is that Flare? It is Flare, yeah.
It is, yeah.
340 points is a lot harder than it sounds, and 270 points for £12 doesn't seem worth it at all to me. Don't play it then. I don't know what like. I'm going to sound a bit mean when I say this, but like, do you know how entitled you sound? Like, you don't play the game then if it's not worth it to you. Like, you're getting offered money for less points than what it was before to win money, right? Yes, it's not the $50 you were getting every week, but people were just bleeding so rare dry of all their money by doing that. Like, it was over 75% of all cash prizes giving out was just threshold, you know?
Do you think, right, if you had to pick the bottom one in rare, do you think that your team might decrease in value even if you were winning, like, let's say you won that 8 times out of 10? Do you think your team would decrease in value more going into like the new season cards than you'd made back from the threshold?
I don't think old season cards are going to go down as much as people think. They will go down, but I don't think old season cards will go down anywhere near as much as what people think, because they're gonna still be used to win those new season cards, which are gonna be like gold dust, because there's only 100 of each. This is the thing. What will happen now is,
yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah,
there'll be 100 of each
yeah.
rare. Yeah, 100 of each rare, 10 of each super rare. Right? They're gonna be like fucking gold dust. They're gonna be worth so much more. So it will then make your reward worth more. Like, yes, you might lose value on your old season cards, but it should hopefully, if you're good enough at the game, be mitigated by an offset by the cost of the reward you're winning, and whether you sell it or you use it for, you know, a new whatever.
It'll be a really interesting market to trade on, actually, because all these cards are like antiques at this point. Like, they're so rare.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
He said so rare.
Ha 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 ha.
I think it'll be impossible to sell the 240 players who will have hardly any use, as people will realise this target thing is terrible. Right, two things. First of all, those shit L15 cards should not have had a huge value anyway. Like, they shouldn't have had this super high value beforehand. And I'd say super high. I know 20, 30 quid for a rare is not super high, but they shouldn't have been worth 20, 30 quid, because they are terrible cards. You know? They are bad cards that should not really have been used in competitions to win good rewards, but because of the Cap T40 current system, it was backwards. So these bad cards sustained value for a long period of time because they were used in Cap T40, right? So realistically, they should be hard to sell because they are bad cards. They're still going to have value for collections, but also the special weeklies have been highlighted massively here. They're really pushing this special weekly stuff. So I imagine those cards you have in your gallery, the crappy cards you can't sell, once every month or once every couple of weeks or whatever, they'll have a value to you because you'll be able to put them in a special weekly to win cash. So I think, whilst it may seem that if you've built a gallery for Cap 240, you've been fucked, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Now, for this, you might not like it if you haven't got good cards in your gallery, but like the whole thing has been making good players worth more again. So like Sorare's whole thing, they've been trying to make good players worth it again, because at the moment the most desirable cards on the platform are the low L15 Cap T40 crappers, right?
Second division players.
Yeah, literally. Like, that's so this system here, this new threshold system, automatically if you're pushing for higher points here, you're going to want better players than the crappy ones you've got at the moment, right? Because your crappy ones aren't hitting 400 points in super rare or 340 in rare. So they're pushing people to try and get better cards. That's the whole like point, the whole idea of it, really.
I like the div split as well. I think it's quite good.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I was worried when I first heard about it, because I heard like sort of through where you hear through the grapevine.
Yeah.
So when I first heard about it, I was very worried because.
Oh, no, I meant as in like Premier League.
Oh yeah, that is very cool.
And then making
that is cool, to be fair.
That's quite good.
I do agree, but this one I was a bit worried about, right? Because they made it sound, when I heard about it for the grapevine, they made it sound like if you're in like the lower division Div 4, for example, you capped at a tier 2 is the best you can win. But for first place winning a tier 1, and then for first place in Div 3 winning a star, and first place in Div 2 winning a star, and then podiums winning a star plus cash into
between the first and second. Because I was thinking, if you had like a really shit previous week and then smash the next week, are you in like?
I imagine if you have a shit week, you go down a division.
Oh, but you can submit 3 teams, can't you?
I think so, yeah.
So surely, if you have 3 different teams and you have one team that you think can do better, obviously you just put that in your Division 1 team.
You'd imagine so, yeah.
Until your other teams do so bad, you end up at Div 4 with the other two.
They've removed All-Star, by the way, so you can't mix and match from several continents. True. That is true. Well, All-Star has not gone just yet. It will be going, though, in August, yeah. All-Star, I think, is there for... yeah. $60 is crazy for the exact same score as the current threshold. Well, it's 10 points less. 10 points is worth $140. You got it. It's a very important 10 points, mate.
What do you think about being able to put super rares and rare and so on and so on?
Makes sense. If they're getting rid of rare plus, it makes total sense. If for people that have got 1 or 2 super rares and they can't really, you know what I mean? Like, it gives them time to then build out the gallery through rewards to then push out. You know what I mean?
See what happens. Just like the most popular. Let's see what's happened to a golden limited Mbappe. Let's see if anything interesting's happened so far.
I don't think. Actually, I'll do it on this screen so everyone else can watch it as well.
That's what I was wondering if there's in.
I was looking for those wondering. I was looking then it's a senior because I knew he was super cheap and they've just announced the coverage, but his floor has gone up now because his floor was at 140. Yeah, people are already buying Senior because they've announced K-League coverage is back, so that'll be very interesting.
It's like up to date now.
Yes, yeah. So Mbappe. Let's see if people have bought Mbappe. I physically can't play them anymore now. What's that? Oh, he's talking to somebody else. Fair. Have people been buying because of this? We will never know because Sorare is dead.
Thank God it's a free product.
No idea. I mean, a couple of people bought up here, maybe in hype. What about someone like a Grimaldo? I imagine Premier League players will go up. Grimaldo, no one's really bought. I wanted to buy Grimaldo and Rodri. Let's see. Oh, Rodri's floor is really high.
MLS in the middle one. I thought that one's quite weird.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. This is interesting. So, Rodri's floor is doubled, back up to 900 quid after being down here. That's very interesting. Prem comp got announced, didn't it? There's another Prem comp.
Right, KDB, is he at much?
Good point.
No, he's back as well.
This will be interesting.
Haircut.
Yeah. No, he's
good at football, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not bad, is he? Not a bad little player. Yeah, he's at the same still. Maybe I'll buy De Bruyne instead of Rodri. Is that a new season De Bruyne?
Is the idea that you won't get injured again?
No, I think I think De Bruyne ends up at Saudi. I don't know why. I just feel like that ginger hair and pale skin's got a place in Saudi Arabia. I bought Roger Limited for 87. Maybe that'll offset the rest of my gallery being useless. Problem is nobody wants Super Eyes for the Perry div. Or like Nando's. With All-Star gone, these cards become really undesirable. Think about Nepo's LDU collection. You know that, like, hang on, where is the tiering? Right, so let's have a look at this, for example. All-Star may be gone, right? But for Nep's collection, for example, it falls under this contenders area over here. He can still play it with any card in Argentina, any card in any of these leagues, the J League, Scottish League, Bundesliga 2. Like, you can put all of them together. You don't have to run a full Bundesliga team in Champion, for example. You can run, I don't know, Neuer, my mind's gone blank, Neuer, Rudiger, Rodri, Berardi, and Mbappe, for example. You know what I mean? Like, you can run a full Challenger team, which is like fucking...
Who's that second one? I can work out what that was. I thought it was the Superliga.
I thought it might... maybe
no,
Austria?
The Superliga's right next to it.
Austria.
I think it might be the Swiss League, maybe. Oh, come on. There you go. There goes the deposit.
Don't worry, I got another one down there. The replacement. No, it's not the Austrian league. What is that league, guys?
I say it's the Swiss league.
Oh, it is Belgium. I thought it might be Belgium. Yeah. I thought it was. I thought it was Belgium, but for some reason I thought Belgium had like a thinner one. I don't know. Yeah. So Colombia isn't licensed. Has Colombia ever been licensed? Maybe it has. Maybe Colombia's LDU. Maybe they just forgot a few names off here as well.
The Danish league. Is the Danish league really more competitive than... I don't know, actually.
My gallery's split probably like 50% between challengers and contenders now. It's massively made my gallery worse. I don't really... I mean, first of all, it's not until August, right? So you've got time to change it up. But second of all, like... I mean, I do get what you're saying. I do totally understand what you're saying. I think this... The current comp structure, though, I think this makes more sense for longevity of the platform. Do you think that Prem Rares are worth putting into the Prem comp now? Now, yes. When this all happens, I don't know. Like, this is the thing. We're at what? February. We've got 7 months now to kind of mull over this update and figure out what the best plays are going to be. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I mean, my gallery is quite heavily focused towards Champion Europe. So I've got like a bunch of players in the Bundesliga, La Liga, Premier League, Serie A, and a couple of Liga players, right? So it's going to be interesting to see now what my champion teams... I'm going to be able to enter 3 champion teams. I'm going to be able to enter 3 challenger teams and 3... Oh, that's a good point, actually. You're limited then to 9 lineups in one scarcity, aren't you?
In one on scarcity.
Yeah, so in rare you can enter 3 per comp, right?
Yeah.
So you can but that's the maximum. Beforehand you could have All-Star Rare, All-Star Rare Plus, Champion Rare Plus, Challenger Rare, Rare Plus, Asia Rare, Rare Plus. We're already past what we are 8.
You're not keeping some different competitions, or is it literally?
No, this is gonna be it. And then special weeklies as well, I guess. Yes, true special weeklies. I forgot about that. And U23 as well. Yeah, you're not wrong. Maybe I start entering U23 just to have that extra, like, area. U23 will become effectively, like, All-Star. I have a little bit, yeah. I have, like... What do I have at the moment?
Garnacho?
Yeah, Garnacho. I've got... I love that Garnacho card. It's such a sick-looking card as well. How do you filter it to U23? There we go. I have quite a few cards. I've got Van der Voort and Asako for goalkeepers. We've got mainly just like collection pieces. That was the issue.
Under 23 whatsoever.
No, like ever since Mbappe was removed, or like they just didn't renew the license, I didn't really care too much. Yeah, I definitely need to buy some pieces for U23 if I wanted to play it. It's actually 18 teams in total plus U23. Wait, how? Oh, 3 in each division. Yeah, you're not wrong, actually. Yeah, good. Wait, no. Actually, no, you are wrong. It's not 3 in each division. It's 1. I'm pretty sure it's just 3 per... It's 3 per this, I'm pretty sure. Because the example they used, if I go and find the example that had...
Bundesliga, and then...
Let me find this. They had one where Dan... Here we go, look. Dan had 2 in Division 3 and 1 in Division 1. Oh, no. He had... 1 in Division 2 and 1 in Division 4, 1 in Division 5. For example, in any game you can have 2 Bundesliga teams in limited Division 4, another in limited Division 1. They all progress, compete for awards independently. Oh, that's too many words.
What I don't understand is why they describe it as 2 Bundesliga teams and another in limited Division
3 in old and 3 in new. Yeah, good point. You're not wrong. I suppose in that regard, then you have. I guess then, if you want efficiency, your gallery you can kind of split your gallery to have your old galleries winning cards for the cash, and then your new season gallery is then winning cash. So realistically, it can be like it's almost like going to be like quite fine tuned, where you have those 3 cards are now winning me new cards to then put into this side where I've got that winning cash, and I've won $100 from that. And then that I've won another tier 2 that can get, you know what I mean?
Classic's your threshold, basically.
Yeah. I have Kudus Rare. Do you think he will hold value? Absolutely no idea. I don't have a crystal ball. No clue. It's going to be very hard to predict the market for the next 7 months. I don't know what the reaction's going to be. I'm going to be doing a lot of planning over the next few days. I need to take my gallery in a different direction. I think a lot of people are going to do that, which is like... This is what Sorare wanted, though. The current way the game was not sustainable, and it was dying. To be brutally honest, the game was dying. Now, with this new structure, the restructure of the game, I think, is by design to sort of pump life back into it, right? And I think that it's important to look at how the reaction is going to be. But I think it's important to see how the fuck people's galleries are going to run. Like, my gallery, for example... if I went to lineup builder for this week and looked at my champion rare cards, where are we? Champion, I'll go, champion rare, because I can only, like, it's rare plus doesn't exist anymore. I've got potentially, including steel, 5 starting goalkeepers there, right? It's then going to be depending on matchups. Oh, I'll put Unai Simon into Division 1, Mike Mignon into Division 3, and Neuer into Division 4 if they're playing against Leverkusen, for example, right? Like, all of a sudden then, you could potentially be winning 3 new cards to put into your new season Division 1 team, for example, and win, I don't know, $100, $300, $500 or some shit.
Did you read about you can put the new season ones in the old season?
Yeah, it's like 1, isn't it?
Efficient, but
it's like 1 per or something?
I think so you can use 1 classic card in the new ones, but I think you can use any new player in the old one.
Oh, you can? Okay,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Very money efficient to do that.
No, absolutely not. What's interesting as well is that. So first of all, your reward's going to be worth so much more. But second of all, now, the competition on auctions will be ridiculous, I think. And now, this is where I'm a bit intrigued by it. So, it's starting in August, right? So, for example, what have I got? Mike Mignon is currently a new season card for me. How long after August does that become an old season card? will I be able to use Mike Mignon in August to compete for like, can I use this new season card?
I don't think so. I think they said 24-25 was the new season ones.
So that's going to make it even more interesting, because a lot of people are then going to have to wait X amount of weeks before they can even enter. Unless they pay a stupid premium to get a team early, it's going to take it's going to take a while to build up a team to actually enter
It'll
it.
take till October, I think, probably till it gets a bit. But it'll just be regressive.
What I think's then going to happen, and I might be wrong on this, but like, my initial thoughts is I think a lot of people during the summer are actually going to sell quite a lot of their cards. Could cause the market to go down because you're going to build up ETH to then try and buy on auction new cards very quickly. Mike Filet Mignon.
The first few weeks in the new cards just seems very high risk, high reward. Like, you can absolutely bang it because you got like a lack of competition, lack of cards. But at the same time, if you look at like the Prem, that's just when they'll kind of die after that.
Yeah, they're going to have to offer. I think they're not going to have to, but the cash rewards have to be quite nice. Like, the cash rewards are going to have to be enough to the point where people don't mind paying 50% plus in premium to get a new card quickly. So, like, Rodri, for example, who's absolutely smashing it, right? That's the fucking flair spelling of it. So Rodri, for example, like, his new season card in August, usually the 1 of 10 will be more expensive anyway. If we look at like how much the 1 of 10 this year sold for, is that the 1 of 10? No, that's number 20. Did the 1 of 10 even sell at a premium this year? It's because City have no fans. That's a problem. No one's buying it. So the 1 of 10 sold for £1,200. I feel like that's going to be double in August. If the prizes are ludicrous, you're going to have whales that are just going to go and buy up all the top end rare and super rare cards really quickly.
Basically, surely it ends up being like super rare and unique, really. Like, this year's super rare and unique.
Yeah.
Will be like next year's rare.
What have I just done?
You've zoomed in on a certain price area.
How do I?
Just click on 6 months to 1 year again to like reset it.
Oh, there we go. Oh, sweet! I didn't know you could do that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think straight away from August, Wales are going to absolutely dominate auctions. They're going to flipping dominate auctions. So I think then, I'm trying to think of strategies.
I think there's really good money buying players who are injured and stuff like that, because in theory they won't have much demand. And then as soon as they're dropping scores, especially if there's a lack of players people can use anyway, they might be the best of, like, I don't know, cheapo players.
Yeah.
Imagine how much goalkeepers are going to... I guess actually goalkeeper spot's always going to be the classic. I can't see many reasons why you wouldn't.
I think it'd be more efficient not using your goalie as a classic spot, because paying a bit of a premium on a goalie to then get, for example, if you had a cheat code card, like my Griezmann, for example, if I was playing super rare, I'd rather buy a goalkeeper at a premium to play a super rare Griezmann, because super rare Griezmann new season card will be just ridiculously expensive due to his scoring.
Oh yeah, super rares.
But even rares, like, I genuinely think if they're offering, like, if the prize money is crazy enough in rare, like, I'm trying to think what they'd be offering. Like, if they were offering for like a podium, they're offering thousands of dollars. I think it'll be really interesting, actually. If they're offering thousands of dollars for podium, enough to make people FOMO hard. Like, these cards could go, like, the auctions could go crazy.
I'll be interested to see how much they auction in the first, like, few weeks. Because obviously when they used to, I don't know if they do it nowadays, when they used to add, like, new clubs, like when they added Dynamo Zagreb, they'd spam, like, 40 cards in a day. I don't know if they did that at the beginning of the Prem. But...
Should you have a look at Limited? Jesus Christ. Is there a way to...
Oh, yeah, it's the Prem season, but that's pretty positive.
That is good. Is there a way to filter it to just auctions, guys? If I filter it to just 2023, it pretty much is just auctions, isn't it? How many they... So...
I don't know if they spammed a lot at the beginning in comparison to...
They did here, didn't they?
Yeah,
I know it's not
here,
loads.
Like, that's almost as much as...
Yeah. So this is September... What? That's September 13th to August 13th. And that's the 50... So about 50 in a month.
I always find it madly impressive when these guys can call that it's underpriced. Like, the first 4 or 5 guys can call it's underpriced is insane.
Yeah. Tofton said there'll be pretty much zero competition for the first couple of game weeks. It'll be like the Wales have been farming the PL Unique tournament. Bambi and Pranksy have gotten podiums with 3 or 4 player teams. Yeah, America is going to go even lower with people getting rid of cards because of the regional split. No, America's, so like, your Argentinas and stuff like that maybe, but like MLS falls under MLS falls under Challenger. So MLS won't go down at all because MLS falls under this Challenger bracket where you've got Eredivisie, you've got MLS, you've got Jupiler Pro League, you've got the Turkish League, I think that is. Then you've got Brazil, Denmark, and Portugal. That's a good split of teams. So I'm surprised, but MLS shouldn't go down. And I think they said this is prelim as well. And this is going to change. This could change as well, right?
I think that's a really interesting selection because in reality, Brazil doesn't have many teams. Denmark doesn't have many teams.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, neither does the Portuguese league.
I think Denmark and Portugal, are in there due to their teams getting into European spots. So I imagine the European teams are in there due to the coefficient.
Yeah, but
I don't know why Brazil's in there.
It doesn't seem very competitive though. In terms of there's only 4 leagues really in that one. I guess there's only 5 leagues in the Champion, but you compare it to Challenger, where there's so many leagues there.
Yeah, but all those ones at the bottom have no licensed teams, pretty much. That's France, dude.
That's Ligue 2.
Ligue 2. Makes sense. That makes sense.
Imagine that the Serie A's fuck off.
Yeah.
King contender.
Wouldn't be surprised. I think Asia cards benefit. The Asia prize pool is woeful at the moment. I agree with that.
So I wonder where the Asian Champions League goes. They do specific tournaments. I wonder where that goes.
Well, they said they're covering the summer games in Paris as well as the Euros and the Americas tournament in the USA. But that's it.
Let's say you've got a Fenerbahce player. Presumably, they can be played in Champions if it's them playing in the Champions League. So I wonder if there's going to be a big hack in buying teams that are going to do well in the Champions League, which are in either contender. I don't know if contender can, but contender or challenger because they'll be champions for just a few weeks.
I hope they've thought that through.
Imagine that. Imagine you got some team.
I wonder if you will only be able to play that in contender.
Well, maybe
because, for example, you can only play Celtic stacks in Challenger at the moment if they're playing in the Champions League. So I don't think you'll be able to play Champion. I don't think you'll be able to play them in Champions at all because
unless it's a special weekly. But then
maybe a special weekly, yeah.
Seems to take away utility, really.
I think this is going to be the baseline. I think the amount of special weeklies we're going to get are going to be huge. I think. It's updated now. Championships and Challenger. Okay, fair enough. It'll be interesting to see how promoted team cards behave. I have a St. Pauli collection, and if they get promoted, do they go up? Surely they might be fodder in the Bundesliga, but going into Champ is decent. They will, yeah. So if they get promoted into the Bundesliga, they will be in Champion, yeah. I think thinking about it logically, I think what I imagine people are going to do is sell off a lot of their old season cards, either in preparation to buy new season cards or to eventually buy them down the line. I think that is fair. Or people are going to think that their old season cards are just going to become worthless. Yeah. I then think the meta is having really good old season cards to win really good new season cards at a stupid premium. So like I saw someone in chat say Mbappe back to 20k again. We could see some of the new season cards that are really desirable, like huge scorers, your Harry Kanes, your Bellinghams, like drastically go up in value for the new season card and stay the same value for the old season card, like we've seen with the Prem tournament a little bit. Like it wasn't like a lot of them went up no matter what, but with new season cards, some of them went up stupidly a lot versus like some of them, you know what I mean? So what might be the play is actually building better teams to win the new season cards and either selling them at a stupid profit or just using them.
Especially the first 2 months. Like, I wonder if the players actually start in Classic, get enough money, make enough money in Classic, and then go into whatever the other one's called.
Yeah, it's very possible. The Wales are going to make so much money at the start that it will make the gap even bigger. See, I disagree. The Wales are going to spend so much money at the start. That's what you don't realise, right? So the Wales are going to be the ones, like PSU fans, for example. I know for a fact PSU fans has 20, 30k in his Sorare wallet at minimum to spend on whenever he wants to, right? He doesn't spend it, but like if he wanted to. People like PSU and your Team Bambi and Balamar and all these people, right, are going to have a stupid amount of money ready to spend. They're going to be the ones going at it for all the new auctions because they want to get cards early to start competing early. So they're going to spend far more than we are if we wait and get the auctions when they come down a little bit. Like, these cards are going to go for stupid amounts at the start. Like, the first Rodri, the first KDB, the first, you know, whatever. Like, these cards could genuinely be back at 2022, 2021 prices, where they were thousands and thousands per card, because these guys are going to want to compete for the top spot in the divisions as early as possible. And what may happen then, you might even get a few little hidden gems. I think, like you were saying before, where you've got a few like not great scorers that go under the radar.
I was wondering, do these, you probably know, do they care about collection bonus, or is it because these cards are so good they actually don't really care?
I like, some care about collection bonus, some don't.
But in super rare.
In super rare, not
really worth it because they're just that much better.
Yeah, no, I don't care too much about it in super rare. Champion competitions will give better rewards than contenders with the old cards. I mean, like, if you come first in contender, you get a tier 2, and in champion, you get a tier 1 if you finish first. I don't know if it works like that. I think they're still going to be tiered just in their relative leagues. So, like, a star in challenger would be like Messi, and a star in champion would be like, I don't know,
I'd imagine that, yeah.
Kane. But they'll still be stars. Are there more cards to win in season as opposed to classic? Are there more cards to win in season as opposed to classic?
Probably more valuable card. He's saying, like,
I don't think they're going to be card rewards for the in-season competitions. I think it's just going to be cash.
I think it is. I think it is cash and card.
Oh, is it cash and cards?
I think so.
Maybe there'll be a few. I imagine there'll be a lot more cards to be. Is that?
I never thought about it only being cash. I just presumed.
The way I read it was just cash, but there's a graphic that shows it. Was it the one I was just on?
I thought that was the classic one because it showed only cash for a podium.
They said cash or card, so maybe you choose.
Imagine. Get your card now. Give me.
Here's $1,000 or Mbappe. Which one do you want?
It's a player pick. It's the most expensive player pick going.
Imagine they did it though, so where if you pick the wrong option, it just doesn't work. You're spamming on the card until finally you pick cash and it's like lets you. Oh, the graphic is an FAQ. Is it in this one?
Fuck.
This is
classic. It says just under.
This is classic, yeah. So this is classic, not in season, where these cards will be available.
Here's another interesting thing. So they say there might be 4 divisions, right? That means it's 4 weeks until you can actually get cash in, unless they put cash. Presume they probably put cash, but obviously you start in division.
Yeah.
4,
So
but in theory, no one's actually going to be able to win cash for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to get into division 1 or 3 weeks. Sorry.
That's true. Unless like unless there is some way of putting you into a certain division beforehand, like. Because I don't think it's fair seeing a Whale go into Division 4 straight away, and then like if everyone starts in Division 4, you think if everyone starts in Division 4 with only 43,
I think they'll just drag this cash over here, or surely they drag that prize pool there for week
I
1.
I don't think they'll put everyone in D4 though, for example, because I mean there's only 43 cards available. So if everyone was in there, can you imagine?
So yeah, very true.
I think there'll be some way of like that was a graphic I had in mind. This is just classic, isn't it? Would you get demoted if you don't enter? I don't know. That's a good point. First game week could be placements. Yeah, possibly. But then that's also kind of scuffed though, because you have the game week of your life in placements and get put in Div 1, and then you don't do shit all for like you're competing against all these amazing players and you're just getting shafted for 3 weeks till you finally make it back to Div 4, you know what I mean? It's on gallery. I don't know if I don't know how they do it on gallery. Because for example, I have a gallery that could quite easily compete in Division 1, but my gallery is worth 5% of what someone like PSU fans gallery is worth. Collection score? Exactly.
Here's the thing. What's the incentive to not sandbag down to Division 4 and then in theory
worse rewards is so
could it potentially be easier to win?
It will still be very competitive in D4, yeah.
Even though they've lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, it'll still be quite
3 games in a row.
It'll still be quite competitive, I think. I read that in the questions. I think it's to do with strength cards for that competition. Got you.
Oh, interesting.
Managers will begin at the bottom division and compete against other managers at teams of a similar level. No, I don't think that's true. Would you get demoted if you don't enter? I mean, it's a good question. You'd imagine so.
Yeah.
You'd imagine you get demoted if you don't enter. Sorare SBCs when? I want to turn 400 tier 5s into an Mbappe.
I want to do that for ages. Absolutely all the bloody creams.
Think I might sell the Cap 240 setup and target the Prem in-season rare comp. That way I can use that for now and in the long term then win new season cards. I think what's going to happen, hopefully, is what I imagine Sorare want from this is people to start selling their like below par Cap T40 galleries and start investing into better cards. You get like, if you want to be smart now, even if you're buying old season cards, buying good cards now makes a lot of sense, because you'll be able to you'll have a better team to compete for the new season cards. And I'm telling you right now, the new season cards as rewards, like the price of them compared to the old season cards, I think will be astronomical. I think like if you were to win a Bruno Fernandes, right? His old season card could be like £400-500 like it is now. His new season card could be £1,000. Like, I genuinely think we could see prices like that, where it's like, so, because you got to remember, there's only going to be 100 of each card at maximum minted every single year, and we have thousands of people enter competitions. If people are going to want to enter the cash competitions, which I think people are going to want to enter the cash competitions, if the prize pool is ludicrous as it sounds, right? Like, either you're going to have to pay a stupid amount of money to get a top end card, or you're gonna have to settle for the not great cards and try and hope that you get lucky one game week, or you're gonna have to settle for like Div 3, for example. Like, you know what I mean? If collection score is nerfed, not as impactful, and no cap modes, I'm guessing the lesser cards will just be worthless without card burning.
Yeah, but
as they should be.
But you can gamble that they'll eventually become good, and because there's so little supply, they should have very high price spikes. Because that's what I'm thinking about already.
And also special weeklies. I imagine with special weeklies, you're going to have crazy spikes of cards. Yeah. All of a sudden, randomly, fucking Fatty Kaya from St. Truden has gone from £6 to 31 quid because you needed him for one specific thing, you know?
Like back in the day of Underdog.
Yeah.
Underdog
and Specialist Rare, yeah. Specialist.
Yeah, Underdog and Specialist. Yeah, they used to have crazy
It was
spikes.
Nuts. The spice spikes. What was that?
You ever had like random Russian guys going from like 8 quid to 35 quid, and you're like, you're not even going to make your money back if you buy them.
I remember I've done it on the wrong mono, so I need to.
I actually really enjoyed that as well.
Bring it over. But like, you can see the specialist comps here with Ty Barabo, who was someone that was always used for it. I'll quickly bring.
Had you right. Have a look crazy.
So as you can see, guys, this was the old specialist and the effect that it had.
90 quid.
Like, yeah, these cards would go up like crazy. That, I don't know why he went up so much there. But like, I remember I got like a Ty Barabo for about £5, and he went up to like 20 quid. Went straight back down again, back to a £5 the week after. He wasn't needed for specialist. Had a couple of bad game weeks, and for the next specialist went all the way up to 41 quid, down again, all the way up again. Times. Like, these, I think these price spikes will start happening again.
Had you right was insane.
One guy
went from like 5 quid to like 60 quid in 3 weeks, I think. How's he doing at COD? It's not doing that bad at COD. It literally just his base card.
Right. Limited.
Yeah, go look at a year ago. Oh,
yeah, it's nuts.
Because he was like the best limited striker.
One guy won a 10k rare Kimmich from Specialist Limited. Those were the days. That's what I'm saying, and I think like special. I do think that the weekly comps will probably have that similar effect. Like, we saw some crazy price spikes. Sven Kums, I remember, was one that I remember from a while ago.
It was really good fun as well. Right.
This is the one where, like, I mean, I degened. I bought one and then sold it for like £8 less. He went all the way up to 100 quid for one special weekly. That's for one special weekly.
10 quid.
Yeah, and just before he's about 30 quid, and then after the special weekly ended, like 2 weeks later, he's 11 quid again.
Well, the crazy thing is as well, he had another spike, obviously, because he probably.
It was for another one, yeah. It's for yeah, he did, yeah.
That's where the massive gamblers is. Are they going to perform good enough that they win your reward? But
oh man, I tell you what, as well, like, I think 0L15s are going to be crazy.
That's why I say second goalkeepers could be very good.
Yeah, yeah.
It depends if in these specialist weeklies, are you going to be able to use classic cards, or are they going to really push new cards for even the special weeklies? I don't know. Maybe they've said it in the posts, but
someone said 2k for limited in-season champion first place is crazy. Wait, where have you seen that? Is that on one of these? Do we have the prize pool out? I think it'll be ludicrous. I think the prizes will be really high, like really, really high. It's in the other one. Is it in this one? Oh yeah, here we go. Champion in season. So in 17,000. This is per game week. 17 grand in limited per game week. So if you think about that, if 2 grand is first place, probably a grand for second place, 500 for third place, you've still got $14,000 pretty much to be split, or $13,500 to be split between whatever the percentage is going to be. Right?
They haven't mentioned stacks, have they? I presume stacks
No,
are still just
stacks will be fine. I don't think they. From what I've spoken to people at Sorare, they don't have a problem with stacking at all. They actually don't mind it with collection bonus and stuff like that. This is interesting. In super rare, per game weeks it's 15k, but it's only 7k for top prizes, and then in unique it's 10k, and so you only get one prize for 10k. So that's interesting.
That's me not playing unique.
But this is what I found interesting. So I don't know what this is.
Monthly competitions.
This is so champion, challenger, and contender. So I'm guessing this is when it comes in March.
That'll be like
March 29th, right? So this comes in March 29th. So in challenger, there's going to be $220,000 a month available. In champion, $340,000. In contender, $200,000. So to me, that sounds like in every one of these regional comps, you're going to get paid down, not just podiums. Before, obviously, it all changes in August. I mean, why should stacks ever be a problem? Everyone's free to stack. It's because when we got involved, stacking was like this prohibited thing. People used to always moan about stacking, but it's actually a suboptimal way to play.
Didn't they kind of nerf it once and say you could only use 3 players in one? Was that like
that was in a specialist? Yeah, that was in specialist.
That's interesting as well. Example of in-season and classic prize pools.
Yeah.
So there increases more incentive to play classic as well. Because
there
actually is cash, but the cash is monthly, not weekly.
Well, this is the thing. So I think this is really smart the way they've done this, and I like this was like a suggestion I made a couple months ago. I'm not saying they didn't take my suggestion, but like I got shit for my suggestion, and they've explained it in a way better way than I ever tried to explain the way I like thought it'd work. But like the issue is you get, for this not to be like a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi scheme, you need to offer cash rewards.
Yeah, that's what
but then there needs to be some way of making value to the card rewards regardless. What this does now is it fixes the over minting issue as well, because the cash prizes are only going to be won by 100 cards in rare, for example, like 100 of one person every single year. And then those cards, then yes, there's loads of those cards available, but they just get pushed into the classic, where there isn't as much money up for grabs, and people know what they're going into, but they know they're doing it to then win a reward that can be used for cash, which will have a higher value. Monthly rewards? No, I don't think it's monthly rewards. I think what this is how much is going to be up for grabs per month. Contender having the same prize money as Premier League is disgusting. Why? This is monthly. The Prem comp lasted for what, 6-7 weeks last time, and it was like 500k, like, because it was a special thing. And now this is like just it being a normal thing. It's 200k for a month. Like, look at how many cards are in there though. Yeah, but you got to realize other people play contender still. Like they're not saying that contender are just shit cards. It's just different tiers of cards. You know, like. Yes, the SPFL is not as good as the Premier League, but if they just remove all the money for contender, all of a sudden you have a load of people that have heavy contender galleries that lose all their value in all their cards.
It's also very competitive.
Yeah,
because of the amount of leagues in there.
I'm fuming. But the Premier League one, this isn't even a permanent competition. It's just an add-on. It's just an add-on comp. That's literally just an add-on comp. It's not even the full competition, lad. Like, Champion is the main competition for where the Premier League is. That's just an add-on there that's going to be here for a little while. It's just, you know.
How many months is the Prem one going to be?
I've no idea.
Was it only 1 month last time? Or
it was just over a month, I think. It was like 8 game weeks.
And are they doing like a Bundesliga one right now?
No.
No? They're not doing any other leagues? Interesting.
This update will lose me thousands and thousands. Brother, I mean, perfect example for you right here. We were looking at like Rodri, for example, right? I mean, 3 people went and spent £600 on Rodri cards straight away for the just the announcement of the Prem competition, and then loads of people went and got limited versions as well just for the announcement of the Prem competition. Not everyone has Rodri you melt. How does that help 99% of users? Brother, what the fuck are you on about? What? You're really struggling to see this update from outside your gallery. For everyone that doesn't have Champ Euro cards, Wait, what are you waffling about?
Look at some of those in Europe.
What
I don't know what's a popular player. Ask for suggestions.
in Premier League, for example? Because like I'm confused.
They're saying like the Belgian Pro League players are going to lose value because they're not as useful. But have a little look if they actually are.
Let's look at Quater, who's getting an inform this week. Shout out. I mean, he's maintained a pretty decent uptick in value recently. In fact, someone's just got and bought a super rare.
Check Mignolet. He's quite popular.
Mignolet.
Let any goals in?
2 people have gone and bought Mignolets.
Limited as well.
I guess that has gone down a little bit, but that's gone down from here, not
but then
today.
That could just be that guy selling. Like people do weird shit like that all the time.
Yeah. I don't. Is this because of the update, guys? You think that he's gone from here down to here?
Anyway,
no, he's regressive anyway. I mean, he's going to retire at the end of the season, I think. You're on about contender cards. What, like Celtic cards? So O'Reilly. Well, no, O'Reilly's got under 23 utility, so that won't really count.
100 Japanese players.
Kyogo. Kyogo for a Hashi.
Going loco down in Kyogo.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really look like there's been much of an impact on him.
And like, if anything, right now this is when everyone will be panic selling, so you should be getting low. But
Mignolet's definitely not going to retire. No, it was tongue in cheek. Like that was basically being facetious about why his price is going down. Liam Scales is the best card for Celtic this year. I'm confused. I don't actually know what I'm looking at this for though. I'm really confused.
An example of a Challenger Europe player that's crashing because of the news. I think that's but we've yet to find anything yet.
But this is the part I'm confused about is before he says disgusting that contender is the same as Premier League, and I thought he meant Premier League should be more money, but now I'm thinking he means contender should be more money.
I think so.
But then I'm confused now about why it's going to lose you out. I'm really confused. Celtic cards can now never win elite cards with no all-star and cap modes. They're still going to be used for specialist weekly, but like there's going to be money available in contender in season.
There also seems to be the direction they want to go as well. Like,
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
That's kind of the whole point of what Matey wanted.
But like, so for example, what do they have up?
No, not that tab.
Shit. Right. So like, this is just an example, right? But there's money available. It's not much less than Challenger either, right? So there's money still available in contender in season. You'll still be able to win money every week in season contender, right? So it won't be as much as champion, but there'll still be money available. So if you win a Liam Scales new season card from contender classic, it's still going to have a good value because that card's still going to be used to win money in contender. And yes, it won't be as much as what you could win in champion if you won a Kimmich or something like that, right? But you're still going to be able to win money.
Those two are also fair in my opinion because it's a trade-off. Basically here, in the Prem you've got to pay way more money.
Yeah.
There's, in theory, an easier chance.
Whereas
in Contender, it's way cheaper, but it's harder because, in theory, there's more competition. So really, it's just a trade-off. And
there may even be opportunities where, if prices do go down for the next 7 months in Contender, you might be able to build a stupidly OP gallery in Contender to mop up all the rewards in Contender and make far more money than you would if you were building Champion, because everyone's going to go for Champion. Like, literally, the first place everyone's going to go for is Champion, because they're going to want to play in the top end. But with there still being money available in the other ones, and there's still a lot of money. Yes, it's $140,000 a month less than what you can get in Champion, but there's still $200,000 a month available in Contender. Like, and if you have big Celtic cards, you're still going to be able to win a good amount of money. Can you win Champion cards and Challenger? No, it's going to be completely segregated. Your Celtic cards can win cash and buy elite cards. Exactly. I think is a massive overreaction because you haven't quite digested what it actually means. I think this is why I said yesterday to people, like understand it before you react, because your contender cards are now not worthless. I don't want to fall into the bracket of panic selling, but I feel it's necessary to try and get rid of the Cap 240 specific players immediately. If you feel that's the route you want to go down, then obviously that's the route you want to go down. You know what I mean?
I think the majority of the reason why people are a bit pissed is because it's not nice to feel excluded, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
The new season cards, you just feel excluded. You go, well, now I can't enter half the competitions.
But you can win new season cards
Yeah.
with your other cards.
But like, no one likes being told that you can enter everything, and now you can only enter, half the competitions.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I was just looking at someone with a random like lower 15 to see if their price was reacting to the news. So Cap T40, you play pick your score till August. Then Cap mode players are basically only useful in weekly comps. They won't be good enough to win divisions, right? I mean, they could be. This is the thing, right? There are some. If you're building Cap T40 in a smart way, right? You're using certain cards with a lower L15 that could spike potentially in certain matchups, right? You can still use them in the exact same way, right? Zero L15s will still be useful. Like they're still going to be useful, and weekly comps I think also will be massive. Like if you had, I don't know, I'm looking at an example in my gallery. Matthew Mertens, for example. There's a weekly comp coming along for Contender cards, and they offer a bigger prize pool than Contender usually, right? And you've got a Matthew Mertens who comes off the bench, and he's like from what I've heard, actually, he's actually a decent player. He comes off the bench, and Yusuf Maziz is injured, and they're against RWDM Molenbeek, who are like a newly promoted team. This card would probably spike at least a little bit in price. And if you just had it in your gallery, you can go and sell that card, or you can use it. But like, there's going to be so many opportunities like that, in my opinion, where you're just in a good spot luckily, and like just so happen that your stars line, you're in a good spot, and you can either sell that card for a premium, or you can go and use it.
Yeah, I think the cheap shitters probably have a higher chance of selling on market value than gambling that 4 cheap shitters are going to go and all play well at the same time.
You can only win elite cards with Champion Europe cards. Destroys my enjoyment for the global fantasy game.
That's what they kind of want.
That is what they want, but I'm also like, it's also wrong. Like, you can only win elite Champion Europe cards with other Champion Europe cards. You can still win elite Contender cards with other elite Contender cards. Not to mention, right, if you're Liam Scales, for example, right, if your Liam Scales stays at Celtic and he's absolutely smashing it, right, and Celtic move up to Challenger, because they're going to move year on year, you can then win a Messi with your Liam Scales, for example. It doesn't nullify those cards. And as I said before, there is still money available. There's still money available in Contender to win with your Liam Scales. If you had a full new season Celtic stack and you're against Livingston at home, you're probably winning one of the top prizes in Contender. And you'd probably win more with that Celtic stack for a top prize in Contender than I'll win for my Bayern Munich stack in Champion that week. You know what I mean? Like that, because there's going to be far less competition in Contender with those level cards as well. It doesn't render them useless. You're still going to be like, you still have the exact same opportunities that you have in Champion. It's just not Champion cards, it's Contender cards. But it doesn't render them useless, and they don't go to zero because of it. It's just sad that they've listened to Laird and think that SPFL is a trash league. Why should I win Mbappe with an LASK stack? Exactly. And it also gives people incentive to move across as well. Like if you did have that lucky week where your classic Celtic stack wins a Liam Scales, and Liam Scales' new season card is more in price than his old season card, and you sell it for a premium, like there's then that incentive, I could use this now to go and buy a Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa, or I could use this to go and buy a Yassine Adli from Milan, new season card, and start building my champion team. There's very clear path to progression there, and that's the whole point of what they're trying to get and what they're trying to achieve.
I'm gonna leave you.
No worries.
Bye.
I don't have any Champion Europe cards in my gallery. It makes sense for progression. Absolutely. I think Jonathan is just incredibly emotional right now because he thinks that his entire gallery has just gone to zero, which is definitely not the case. And I think that he's choosing to voice his emotions on the stream. But if you actually take time to like digest and understand everything, you're just so naive. I'm not going to lie to you, Jonathan. I've explained everything very clearly, and I've articulated exactly why it's not. I don't only care about my gallery. Literally look at my gallery right now. I've got Szymanski from the Turkish League, Wakizaka from the JPL, who's going to be Contender now. I've got a full Kawasaki Frontale fucking collection, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have just Champion Europe players. I do have Champion Europe players, but I don't have just Champion Europe players. Not to mention, for the last year, it's been a level playing field in terms of you've picked Celtic, for example, or you've picked challenger to go and buy your cards, and I've picked champion, right? Like you've picked cheat codes in Challenger Europe to try and win better cards with, and I've picked champion, and that's literally how it is. We're still going to be competing every week in the exact same way. I'm actually probably at a more disadvantage than you are, because I'll be competing against everyone else that thinks champion's the only way to go. You've decided to create this idea that champion's going to be the only competition that pays you any rewards, and it's not the case. And Ollie makes a very, very good point. Like, my gallery is built to play Rare Plus, for example. The first competition I enter every week is All-Star Rare Plus, and they've just removed it. Or they just announced it's gonna be going. Like, if I was being so naive and only cared about my gallery, I'd be fucking going mental right now. I'd be the most angry person here. You'll probably be competing against Wales. I will be competing against Wales, 100%. I think if your gallery is 240 base, you'd be pissed. As I've just explained, my gallery is focused around Rare Plus tournaments. Like, they've just removed the most important tournaments that I play. Like, I don't understand how else I can, like, package that. They have literally removed the most important part of the game for me. And I'm not going crazy about it, because I'm open to how this is going to progress. Accusing someone of only caring for their own gallery whilst clearly you're only caring about your own gallery is crazy. True. But these America/Challenger card values, knowing you can win Mbappe/Jude/Kane, what is it going to be like when the best you can win is Scottish cards? Once again, you can use those Scottish cards to win money. Like, as I explained to you before, and I'll find the graphic again so you can see it, you can use those contender cards to win a monthly $200,000 fucking prize pot. How else can I... Like, I don't understand how to package this in any other way. I'm speaking bloody English here. Like, does this not make sense to you? Do you not see the fact that you can literally use that to then win money? Like, there is going to be a monetary value in every single competition. In Champion, in Challenger, and Contender, you're going to be able to win money in every single one. So you can use those Scottish cards to then win money, just like I can use my Bayern Munich cards to win money. Like, it's the same thing. Contender has got 5x more supply than any other league and has the least money. It doesn't have 5x the supply of any other league. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you mean the fact that it's got more teams? They don't license most teams in a lot of these, though. You need to look at, like, a lot of these that, like, China is not licensed. Ecuador's not licensed. Like, maybe one team in some of these are licensed. You know what I mean? You can sell the winnings to buy champion cards. Exactly. True. Very true. This is all about progression and trying to mirror real life football. Yeah, 100%. Contender has the most supply, but it's not 5x. No, I agree. It does have the most supply. Well, it's got the most leagues in there, right? But if you were to take out, like, Mexico doesn't have all the teams licensed. Argentina doesn't have all the teams licensed. Chile definitely doesn't have all the teams licensed. Ecuador doesn't have all the teams licensed. Peru, 1,000,000% doesn't have all the teams licensed. China has no teams licensed. Switzerland has, like, 2 teams licensed. Russia doesn't have any teams licensed. And Norway's got 1 team licensed. You know? So all of a sudden, across the bottom there, loads of them don't have licenses, you know? Can you see any room for the low budget galleries progressing? Absolutely. The top line, all 7 are licensed. That's true. Yeah, I'm not disputing what you're saying. I agree that it is the most licensed, but it's not 5 times. Brazil's only got 1 team. Therefore, I think FPSL should swap with it. Where is the championship? I think it got updated to be put in Challenger. I think progression is a lot clearer now than before. How is a small gallery progressing now? They're not, mate. That's it. GG. I think you should just leave the platform, mate. That's it. It's over. What do you mean? Do you not see the clear... like... What I suggest, go and read the first one fully through, and then the second one fully through, and then you, like, digest it and understand it. You know what I mean? Like, low budget galleries are more likely to compete against low budget galleries with the divisions. Exactly. And it's going to make it a lot easier for those people to actually get a better rewards. And I think the main thing, and what I've been trying to explain, right? Like, and this is where, like, it's really, really important to understand as well. Rewards are going to be worth a lot more money. Rewards will be worth far more money now than what they were worth before. Like, I'm not saying they're going to be worth, like, you're going to get 10 grand for a Kimmage again. But, like, the price discrepancy between an old season and a new season card, right, is going to be like, the percentage will be a lot higher now, right? So if you are to win rewards, which is the aim of the game, either you can use those rewards to go and win money, because you can still use an old season card, or you can sell it at a premium because your reward will be worth a premium. The lower supply, the lower supply of the cards as well will mean that top end rewards are even more expensive, but it will mean that any reward is more expensive because they're gonna have demand regardless. Like, this makes new season cards in extreme demand, but you can win new season cards every single week, multiple new season cards every week. Everyone just wants free rewards for doing absolutely nothing. That's true. I think it'll be fine overall, just fear it'll create a bigger divide, the rich get richer kind of vibes. I don't agree. I agree with any new season card you win will cost way more now. Yeah, and which is, I think, a massive positive. And I think the other thing as well is it's going to make people want to win rewards rather than just churn threshold every week, which is good. What are the threshold targets? Is it this one? No. Is it that one? No, it's that one. There you go. Like, yeah, obviously the rich get richer, but, like, it's not like an unfair platform that's balanced just to whales. Like, it's in fact the way that they've done, even with divisions and stuff like that, right? Like, the way they've done this is gonna make it easier for people that are having a hard time, and maybe they've dropped down 3 divisions, right? They're gonna have a much easier chance at winning a reward then in Division 4. You know, like, you may be in Division 2, have 2 really rough weeks, and then your team pop off and you win a tier 2 that's worth a few £100 or something. You know what I mean? I don't know, I'm just speculating random prices in my head. Like, just, like, don't take that as gospel. It's just, like, a made up number, but yeah. Sorry, boys, I'm going to order some food, I think, as well. Starving. Will there be a transition period when they start minting new season cards? I don't know. That's a good question. August is when the change is. Yeah. How are these thresholds working? So when you enter your team, you're going to pick which of these point totals you're going to aim for, and then you'll be paid accordingly. If you pick 400 and you break 400 points, you'll win $320 in Super Rare, for example. If you don't break 400 points, you win nothing. Even if you break 320, you win nothing. Just joined in, but I'm super excited for this update. Our galleries might take a bit of a hit, but it's not like this wasn't already happening. Long term, the game's looking great. I totally agree. Totally agree. And like I said before, like, the most fun I have on this game is in the Rare Plus tournaments, right? You guys see, like, most of my rewards come from Rare Plus tournaments, and the Rare Plus tournaments are going. I'm not crying about it, you know? Like, because I think long term this is a great update. That's interesting as well. Top 25% of managers are going to get elite boxes. Reward boxes will only drop cards. No, it'll drop. Reward boxes will be the same as what they are now, where it'll drop. It could drop, like, XP boosts and stuff like that as well. So I'm just trying to get some food ordered, champ. Bloody starving. It sucks if you have mixed gallery with mixed different players, but you've got 7 months to respond to that. You've got 7 months to then sell certain cards and buy other cards, you know, if that is the case. You can get super rares from rare elite boxes. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, I do agree. At the moment, it's tough, like trying to figure out where you're going to play certain players and stuff like that. I'm in the process now of figuring out what I'm going to be doing. How I want to restructure my gallery as well. It's going to be very interesting. I wonder, in fact, is a gallery valuation taking a hit? Not really, not massively anyway. It's going to be very interesting. I think what a lot of people are gonna breeze past is the fact that, like, the first few weeks, if you can target the first few weeks of Classic, you can potentially make a stupid amount of money, because some of the first rewards are going to sell at such a stupid premium. Some people seem to think old season cards are going to zero because you can only win cards and not cash, but for most competitions that is already the case outside of podiums. Yeah, I mean, like, this is the thing. It's a way of keeping utility for old cards whilst pretty much fixing the overminting problem, right? Like, it's important that, and this is why I made a suggestion. If you guys remember a few months ago, I got a lot of heat on Twitter for it, but I made a suggestion a few months ago, saying that they need to start factoring in new season cards regardless because of the overminting issue. And it massively fixes this whilst keeping utility for old season cards. But it's really important that going forward, for longevity of this platform, new season cards are the focal point for the best rewards. And the reason why is because in 5 years' time, if we haven't grown the way that the platform like anticipates or wants to grow, and we have 800, 900 rare cards of a I don't know, a Kimmich or a Leroy Sané or a Harry Kane or something like that, right? Like, that's unsustainable. It's impossible to keep up with that. But if you're every year refreshing it so that only 100 per year can win the cash prizes, but you can still win those cards with your old season cards, it's like the perfect medium, you know? So he's just making loads right now. I think people forget if you're at the bottom of Div 4 in rare and your cheaper rare team pops off, you can win something really nice. Exactly. This is the thing. What's happening at the moment? It's tough, but this is the truth, right? What's happening at the moment is people are reading the update and they're not digesting the update, and they're not understanding the update, or they're not thinking of every scenario, and then they're reacting to the update without thinking it through, like Jonathan did, right? And people then are thinking, oh my god, my card's going to zero, this is going to zero, that's going, and they're not thinking about it properly. Like, they're not thinking logically about it, and they're not digesting it. Manuel, I think we are years and years and years away from not getting a reward under 500 points in Classic. I think we're years away from that. Like, years. Like, to the point where, literally, if we go and look at leaderboards for last week, right? We look at Limited, for example. There was one single score above 500 last week in Limited from the point we're at now. One single person in All-Star Limited got over 500 points. In Rare, one single person in All-Star Rare got over 500 points. In Rare Plus, where you can have super rares, you only have 3 people get over 500 points, and that's with... Go on, Gaza. I didn't realise Gaza smashed it as well. And that's with super rares as well being available with the extra 25% bonus. Then obviously in All-Star Super Rare you've got more people getting over 500, but even then there's only 7 people in All-Star Super Rare getting over 500 points. We're years and years and like decades away. 500 was just a number. No, 500, people are making bold statements like that all the time because they think that they've like, people don't actually look at leaderboards and then they assume so. Like, I saw someone complaining the other day about their team getting like 400 points, like, and not getting a reward, and it was like their defender had 50 points and like they had a sub that came on and got an assist luckily and stuff like that. And it's like that, you're not entitled to win a reward for 400 points, right? Like, in competitive game modes, what you should be doing, rather than you're like hoping your team gets 400 points, you should be hoping each individual player scores really, really well. That's how it works. Like, when I enter a team, I'm not entering. So, for example, let's build out my All-Star Rare Plus for this week. I'm not entering this team in All-Star Rare Plus with I'm going to go with probably Benitez for the highest clean sheet bonus. I've got Buscaglia, obviously. He's just like locked in. And then we've got a choice. Probably go with Julian Desailly at home, Antoine Griezmann, and I mean, tough choice for the last rare. Szymanski's got a really good matchup, so probably Szymanski, right? Now, I'm not putting this lineup in there being like, I really hope this lineup gets 420 points or whatever. I'm putting this in there hoping, right, clean sheet at a bare minimum for the goalkeeper. I want 100 from Buscaglia. I want 100 from Desailly. I want 100 from Griezmann. I want 100. You know what I mean? Like, you need to be ambitious and hope that your team scores the best it possibly can individually. Because otherwise, you ain't winning shit. You ain't going to win fuck all if your team doesn't score better than other individual players, you know? Like, if you think about it, to win a division, you need your team to outscore individually on a player-to-player basis. You need your defender to outscore every other defender. You need your midfielder to outscore every other midfielder. You need your forward to outscore every other forward, and you need an extra to outscore every other extra. Like, that's how you win a division, you know? So, but yeah, to answer it, I think we're far, far away from game weeks where 500 wins nothing, like decades. I'm trying to figure out what I want to put in this sandwich. Will there be multiple league division or one big division for each comp? I don't know. I don't really understand the question. Was winning champion rare with 450 sometimes? You can win with lower points. Oh, you absolutely can win with lower points. You just have to target the right game week and stuff like that. I mean, when did I came fifth here with 410 points in 438 and won a Pedri. Like, 410 points is nothing. You have to just do some research. I think this point right here is why I always recommend buying in similar leagues and similar teams and stuff like that as well. Like, if you buy in similar leagues, that one week where it's just La Liga teams, you've got a full La Liga team playing, bash, you know what I mean? I think the division scalability would mean 500 points should get you something no matter what. Just seeing someone sold an 8 card Tenerife stack in rare for less than the goalie last sale. I think people are massively going to be overreacting. Now could be a really, really good opportunity to make some really good buys. Because I think you're going to get a lot of people massively overreacting at the moment. And potentially selling some cards for very, very cheap, which is unfortunate for them, but, you know, hell yeah, bring on the deals, you know what I mean? Bring on the deals. Massive market crash is going to happen, I think. I don't think a massive market crash will happen. I think there'll be a small dip, that's about it. Like, I think you'd be pretty silly to start selling your cards now. It's a massive market crash right now. Is it? I wouldn't expect a massive market crash, but fair enough. Who's a good example of players we can look at that are crashing right now? Geronimo Rulli, how badly is he crashed? Oh, no, he's not crashed. I don't know why I picked him. I just picked a random one. I'm looking for, like, challenger cards I can look at that are crashing right now. I don't typically win many challenger cards though, so I don't know. What? Robin Proper, is he crashing? Not really. Probably just Celtic players right now. Has Scale started crashing yet? Because these cards still, like, this is the thing. This is why I think it's stupid to panic sell all your cards right now. These cards, Liam Scales is still playing against Hibs and Kilmarnock and Dundee and all these cards. You can still win shit tons of rewards, you know what I mean? With these cards between now and then. A market correction, the stars that should have value will hold. The contender cards, which logically should be less valuable and cap modes, will fall. I think mainly in contender teams. Players like Joe Hart down 35%. Joe Hart down 35%. Wasn't Joe Hart already going down though? Joe Hart's not down 35%, is he? That looks pretty stable to me. I mean, he's kind of maintained the same price the whole time. Why did he randomly? What the fuck? That's some dodgy stuff going on right there. Oh, Unlimited. Is that the case though, or did he go up a lot before the lock of the game week yesterday? To me, it seemed like he may have gone up a little bit because Celtic were one of the only teams that were playing in the midweek game week, and then it's kind of corrected itself after. with people that don't have him in a lineup selling him now. That's what it seems like to me, but I might be wrong. I just think you're choosing to interpret that as a way that makes you seem like you were right earlier when you were saying you're going to lose all your money. Sorry. I'm sure you've already answered this 100 times, but I've just joined. What are your general thoughts on this update? I think it's pretty positive. I think long term it's really good. I think it's good for the platform long term. I think it's good for. I think it's good for the platform long term. I think it's good for progression. Look at some of the Surface trades. Prices are crazy. I don't doubt it. I think that it's one of those where I think it's going to take weeks before people really start to understand stuff, and Sorare are going to have to really start to explain stuff as well. I think Sorare are going to have to help by explaining things thoroughly as well, you know. Joe Hart floor higher now than it was Jan 9th when SPFL were the only league playing. I just put in cash for the first time solely for Cap T40 rare, so not great for myself, but fully understand the sustainability reasons. Just tired of all these big changes. I hope we can settle something because it's too confusing for new players. I disagree massively, and I think that, like, I'm going to sound harsh when I say this, but I think the people that claim that they know what new users think are usually the most clueless completely. I think when people use new users as an argument to say why something's bad, typically it's actually just they don't like it and they're trying to find a reason that seems logical. New users aren't going to be worried about this platform. When I first got involved in Sorare back in January 2022, right, I had no idea about the latest update that just happened, nor did I care, because new users don't give a shit about this being a massive update now. People that joined 6 months ago, I wouldn't consider new users, maybe care, you know? People that joined 6 days ago aren't going to read this and be like, oh, fuck, I just spent the last 6 months building my gallery for Cap T40 and now it's going in August, you know? Like, I don't think that's the case. And to be honest, with stuff that's in depth, it's not made for new users. Like, if you're constantly going to try and spoon feed small snippets of information to people because you're worried about new users, the platform will never grow. You know what I mean? Yesterday I was concerned about the platform hitting 0 and today I'm not. There you go. So I think the update overall is a positive. It's a net positive for me. I think it's good. And I think that it's good long term. I think longevity of the platform. And now, like, truth be told, if you want some honest information, I was talking to Gator Guy last week and I said to him I didn't see a route in where this platform didn't go to 0. And now I see a route for longevity with this platform after one single update, which is crazy how one update can do that. So you don't get to pick the division you enter within the scarcity based on where you are finishing as to where you are entered. I've no idea. That's something they're going to have to explain a bit more. I think Sorare needed this line in the sand moment. I agree with you 100%. Whatever they did, people were going to be upset about and people were going to be happy about. You know what I mean? I'm actually tweeting more about Sorare. Interesting. I love how Tony Watch is like, is it gone? That's so funny. Oops, what the hell just happened? Why did that disappear? I'm looking at Twitter now and seeing what Twitter is saying. This will be fun as well, listening to the reactions of Sean and Andrew. That'd be good. Quinny's not happy about All-Star leaving, which is fair. It's absolutely fair. Don't agree with this. I don't think it's a gallery killer. I don't think it's just a whale rewarder as well. I don't agree with that. I think using massive buzzwords like that is quite dangerous too. That's a pretty poor take. That's a pretty poor take. trying to drum up more demand for new season cards is not the same, in my opinion. But, you know, whatever. Kim and Jay's back. Let's go. Let's go. Kimothy Minjay's back. Let's go, boys. Simply Alex tweet is right. It's definitely going to be a tweet that seems like it caters to your gallery, isn't it? My initial thoughts are if Sorare was designed with this new competition structure, it would have been much better and sustainable. Changing it now screws people a bit, some people a lot, but I think overall the result will be positive, but only time will tell. It's actually quite a level-headed, reasonable response. So, old season cards become worthless? No, they don't. They don't. Kian, I recommend reading the update, mate. Where do international games fit in a special weekly? No idea. No clue. We're gonna find that out down the line. So, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Tomorrow, there is potentially Nicholas is coming onto the Sorare Ramble, right? I don't know if I'm allowed to announce it or not, but fucking this is live, so unlucky. Tomorrow, Nicholas is going onto the Sorare Ramble. I'd like to ask some questions that he can explain in further detail. I actually won't be around for most of the Sorare Ramble podcast because I've got a sponsored stream tomorrow on my main channel. I've got to pay rent, unfortunately. But what questions do you think are important to ask Nicholas tomorrow? I think that's a great one from Parrot Press. Where do international... Actually, I'll do this on the computer. I think it makes a lot more sense to do it on the computer. I can't be asked to write down. How big is it? How big is what? My dick? Sorry, that was really rude. So, where do international games fit? Alright, so there's one question. How does your initial division be decided? There's the second one. How do level 15 cards get value now? Special weeklies. Same with UCL Europa League games. No, that's already, we already know how that's going to work. But a question about Legends, do they just collect dust now? They announced they'll be useful in special weeklies, Josh. So in their FAQ, they said that Legends will be available in special weeklies. Club competitions will work the same way they always did. So, for example, Champions League, if you have Celtic, you can play them in Challenger or you can play them in All-Star at the moment. So you'll be able to play them in Contender during a Champions League game, for example. That won't change. How does multi-entry into different divisions work? Say you're in Div 2. Where does your other team go and why? How does... How did they decide which leagues went into which pot? Yeah, good point. How did they decide which leagues went into which pot? Did people read the articles? I don't think so. Sellers, how you doing, man? They're all separate. Yeah, so they go up and down, yeah. But how do they decide? So it's a good question. Like, some of these will be removed, and we won't ask all these questions. We all start in the low division. So that's fact, is it? Where have you read that? Because I didn't read that at all. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, they did mention it was from Opta. You are right. I'll delete that one. I remember that now. Could you ask if they're improving Super Rare rewards? If they're eliminating Rare Plus? I want to know if it's worth it to progress. That, I think, we'll get an answer to regardless. Just finished work, so not seen anything. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Did Denmark pay Sarah a backhander? Well, I mean, Denmark are quite high in the coefficient, are they not? They're placing teams in divisions based on galleries, it said. direct quote, managers will begin at the bottom division and compete against other managers and teams of a similar level. Right, yeah, but here's the thing. That's impossible. So that's why we have to ask questions. Because how can you if everyone's in the exact same division, how are you possibly competing against people of the same level? Everyone's there. Yeah, like how does that work? If PSU fans in the bottom division, I'm in the bottom division, and Andy with his 0.006 ETH galleries in the bottom division, how is it fair that we're all competing together? Kickoff is being removed. How long are all season cards eligible in in-season comp after minting starts? They're not, are they? It's only one per, isn't it? You're in the same division just for 1 week though, right? I don't know. I don't believe so. Thoughts on behind rare plus going? It fucks me not being able to afford a keeper super rare. What are they doing with the with Premier League, kickoff, and other leagues? They're going. Amateur's still going, yeah. Amateur's going. Amateur's being removed. You can go up after 1 week, so in 1 month you'll be in Div 1. Interesting. How will teams be placed in divisions at the start? For the transition state, we will place teams based on the manager's gallery strength relative to the competition. We will communicate more details. There you go. But I've been added in something as well. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is more confusing to me. This seems far more confusing than just reading it. Common cards are getting removed as well. Then, maybe. Right, so we've got a few questions there, boys. We've been live for a couple hours now, but I think we're probably going to call it there. Thank you to everyone that chilled in today's stream and that watched it as a video as well. It was a good one. Yeah, sorry, no, that just confused the hell out of me. It's all good though. It's a good one. I think that we've got a Sorare data show in an hour, just under like 40 minutes. So make sure you guys watch that and listen to that as well. I think that'll be really important. That will help. And I think that having Laird and PSU break some stuff down as well will be really good. That Vitaly image is gold. I don't it's confusing to me though. Oh, you're saying about the what? Okay, no, I get it now. Sorry, I get it now. I didn't see the top bit first. It's actually just giving you dates on when things are happening. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, perfect. Yeah, so thank you for watching today's stream, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys don't lose all your money in Sorare and it all goes to zero. But if it does, GG. It was a fun ride. It's a good one, man. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun one today. And I'm really excited about the update. So yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. Have a good one. Much love. Catch you soon.